And I pray, Father, that even as we wait for the results today, God, may you continue guiding us, O King of Glory, Lord God. And I pray whatever outcome, Lord, we may be able to accept it with one heart, O King of Glory, and move on peacefully. We thank you, we praise you, we worship you, and it is through your mighty name we trust and believe. Amen.
I've not heard you pray for the people who will be declared non-winners.
Hey, let them accept
who will be declared
outcomes.
non-winners.
Let them accept the outcomes peacefully.
That is, you need an encouragement from God.
Yeah, that is why
have you heard about a song that says "Anyige mitima, oliwa nango nyige"? You know, at some point you need God's intervention. Let me tell you, out of experience, yes. And at least you've been to some Larrys, and you've been closer to some of these camps, you must tell how much people have invested in these elections, in the campaigns, in the entire process. Yes. And so, webaka wangamula nti, you might
have a heart attack.
Exactly. Who knows whether some people are already in hospital? But like we are determined and committed to giving you every update as it is. Remember, our role here is updating you but not declaring who the winner is. Of course, it's the Electoral Commission and the returning officers that declare who the winner is. So for us, we shall give you the updates, but we do not declare. So we can only tell you so and so has been declared winner. You know, there's a lot that is happening. We spent the entire night following up from different tally centers, and but of course, as you're in the tally center, there are these other people on social media who are already declaring their leaders winners, saying, "Oh no, congratulations." I mean, it's why nothing will change.
It's any time, by the way.
Not because the votes were rigged, but this is the thing. For example, I might have a stronghold
in a particular area,
and then I'm voted massively in that area. But my competitor also has a stronghold. And the issue is, in my stronghold, the people might be a little few. For example, okay, let me say, you're my opponent.
Yes.
My stronghold is Nakasero. And Nakasero Parish, or Nakasero Sub-County, has, let's say, 5,000 voters. And your stronghold, which is Civic Center, has 7,000.
Yes.
Now, do you see where the difference comes in? So basically, that is the issue that is about to happen.
Yes.
So when people vote for me massively, maybe I get 4,500 votes. I come out celebrating and jubilating and saying yes, and then you start congratulating me. So when the results of my opponent are read, I'll start
Exactly.
But that is the variation, basically.
So I think it is very important that the different candidates also get to understand this. Because we also do have our supporters who are very loyal. All the different agents are telling you, by the way, it's looking good here.
But also, not forgetting that I believe, I have a belief in me. I have a strong instinct that tells me the results that are yet to be declared will be shocking.
Really?
I mean, there are people who will shock us.
Why do you think it will be shocking?
I just feel we shall be shocked by what will come out. I just have a feeling, it is okay to have that feeling. I don't know. I'm not anticipating, but I just feel we are yet to be surprised and at the same time shocked that the ones we thought are undeserving will instead be the deserving and the voted for. I just feel. I don't know.
Well,
That
I
is
mean,
my own. I own this opinion. It's not an opinion of the TV station. It's not an opinion of anyone else. It is Edwin Olsen Mkala's opinion.
yeah, but I do know that there might be some reasons that bring about that feeling.
Let us have a recap of yesterday. You were in the field.
Yes.
Yeah, I was here enjoying the SC. Well,
Well, we were there in the heat.
share with us the experience. You know, Joel in Masindi was complaining that the sun is too much, and I told him, Joel, it's not only in Masindi, even in Kampala. But there is a social media person who came out and said, pray that it doesn't rain because it's going to rain and it will flood and the floods will take away the ballot boxes. Didn't you remember about that shit?
Yeah.
But we thank God. You know, our God is a faithful God. He can never let such nonsense happen. How do you tell us? You know, it's going to rain so much. So what are you going to tell us today? It didn't rain. We voted without rain. And there is no area in this country that registered rain yesterday.
Yes.
So come out and tell us what happened to the rain you prophesied.
Unfortunately for them. Anyway, just a recap of what happened yesterday. First and foremost, I have never seen town as empty as it was yesterday.
Okay.
So to begin with, I can say that the people out there really took the directive very seriously, and they decided to stay back in the comfort of their homes.
Okay.
So I can say that the roads were very free. Very free, very peaceful. And of course, we do thank God for that. And just to begin, people went to the polling stations very, very early in the morning. I remember I did arrive here as early as 6:30 a.m. And we had already seen people queuing up at the different polling stations, you know, across Kampala, in Akawa, and even other different areas. And I can say that they had really waited for that day, should I say for this day, for yesterday anyway. Very many people were, let me not say excited, but they had eagerly waited for the day. And they took their time and they made sure that, yes, Kankere, they go cast their vote and then go back home. Unfortunately. You know, I went to the first polling station that was in Nakao division. That's where I was posted. And we got there at around, say, 8 a.m. Only to find that they have not started. So in my mind, I'm wondering, these people are supposed to start at 7 a.m. as per the Electoral Commission's guidelines. But still, we were seeing people queuing up. Nothing was happening. And of course, we did ask around, and that's when we came to find out that, oh, the biometric voter verification system was not working. So I thought at first it was only that polling station, that particular one. Only for me to find out later on, in different polling stations around the area, that all the systems were not working.
Okay.
Meanwhile, this is around 9:30 a.m. And I did call, of course, my other friends from the media, and they told me the same thing, that, by the way, we are here, but the machines are not working. It is until around, say, maybe 10:30, around a few minutes to 10, that's when they decided that, oh, now we have to use the voters register. And of course, the voter registers were brought out. And that's how voting began for the different polling stations. And
of course, in some polling stations, we saw them successfully using the voter verification machines. There's one of the polling stations in Muyenga, where Julius was. And for them, they were using the verification machine very well. And I think I also saw another polling station, but also where the president voted from,
Oh,
Of
yes.
course, the cameras only captured him voting with this machine. So we want to believe that even all the other people voted with
Yes,
the
with the
same machine.
machine.
But also, it was clear that he also found hardship to detect his fingerprints. That I took him some time, and you would really see his face wondering what's not happening.
Yes.
You know, he puts on the thumbs, the fingerprint of the left hand, and then the right hand, and you know, it took him quite some time. And at some point, he almost, as you'd see from his facial expression, that what is the problem? What is happening?
Yes.
What's not happening? But later, they had to request him to put off his hat, and then he was detected by the face. So it was a facial recognition,
Yes.
and he voted. Of course, he came out and addressed the media after that, where he yatokubye kumutwe abolu rumamongas
Mamongas owange.
yatokubye kumutwe. But of course, at least we can say that we cannot say that 100% in all places they use the register. Some at some polling stations, people successfully use the machines. But also, what stood out still, I think, was the miscommunication. I witnessed this. I also got time to step out on the various a few polling stations around, and I realized someone was carrying a location slip that indicates a particular. For example, we have a William A here. Your voter location slip says William A, M to Z.
To Z, yes.
And then when you reach at William A, they tell you are not. Your name is not in this register.
Yes.
So you have to go and look for where your name is. But now remember, it is complex, because earlier the Electoral Commission had told us that the biometric voter verification machine would help you tell where exactly you're voting from. And now the machine had jammed.
Yes.
There was no way you would trace for. And you know, this frustration made some people abandon the voting
I
and go
do have
out.
A few friends. Actually, I did make some phone calls to some friends, and they told us we were not able to vote. And I asked them why. And so some of them went early, you know, because they wanted to vote and go home. But it's unfortunate that they got to their polling stations. Some had not started. It's 10 a.m., past 10 a.m. I do understand that some even started voting as late as 1 p.m.
Yeah. One of our colleagues here, Kasozi, I was calling him at around 1. I wanted some information from him. And he told me, do you know voting has just started at a polling station? And
what time was that?
It was 1. Some means past 1. So I strongly agree. And of course, Justice Byabakama, the chairperson, came out a few minutes to 4 and said we declare an extension by 1 hour. Instead of polls ending at 4, let them end at 5. But it was evident that by 4 there were no voters. But actually, by two polling stations were empty.
Actually, yes.
I think majority of those who voted came in the morning. They persevered the frustration, but also whoever was seeing people saying the machines have jammed, the machines are not working yet. This was a mandatory machine to be used. People would say, Serena Gansiba. You know, that is now the challenge. That even when the Electoral Commission came out to explain what, of course, Justice Byabakama had a mini presser immediately to address the issue. But then you're not sure how many people followed this through, how many people, and then of course there was a statement that was released. But now how many people are having internet to read
right
this?
Now,
so these were some of the challenges that came by, but nevertheless, we had a successful election.
Yes.
I think apart from a few instances, we did not really register violence throughout the polling stations. Of course, there was an incident in Chibuye in the evening where the military was forced to do what? to use some excessive force,
Yes.
simply because they were trying to manage the situation. But we've not yet, up to now, we've not yet received the reports of, and we are yet, and of course when we get them, we shall tell you that in this particular place, this and this happened, or this and this took place. So that was a highlight.
I can say it was relatively peaceful.
Yeah, it was. Of course, Emma was at some polling station in Namungona.
Yes.
And of course, he told us two things came out. One, there was one young man who came, of course, with a party T-shirt. And of course, he started shouting the candidates of that particular political party, shouting the names and telling people, vote for so-and-so, vote for Edrin, vote for Hope, for woman member of parliament, vote for Hope, for direct MP, vote for Mukalazi. Now, such things, of course...
Why are people stubborn?
No, the police came out and arrested the situation immediately. Of course, they had to remove this young man from the polling area.
Yes.
But of course, at least all the people appreciated this. They said this young man was going to cause a lot of confusion.
Actually, just on the same, I did go to the very last polling station, that's at St. Yusuf Lugalama. There was a gentleman who had actually come with a screwdriver, apparently. And of course, he was looking, very responsible. But I like the way the police was able to handle the situation, because I think he engaged him in a calm manner until they actually came to find out that, oh, this gentleman had something that probably could be used for the wrong reasons. So I can say that we also kudos to the security agencies.
Yeah, but also the other violence was actually subjected to the presidential candidate of the FDC, Honorable Nandalama Fabi. A group of unidentified people went and attacked him and injured him. By last evening, he was still in hospital, but reports had it that the situation was not so scaring, but he was attacked, and you can imagine that level of impunity, if I can say. Because for Christ's sake, why would you do that?
Why would you do that?
First of all, this is an area member of parliament.
Yes.
Of Budadili currently. But also, he's a presidential candidate. So why would you even choose to come against this person?
Yeah. Especially in such a way. Why would you want to cause harm to the person's life?
Exactly. So that wasn't good. It is something that wasn't nice. Of course, we talked to one of the people from the party last evening, and of course they assured us that the situation was being managed, and it wasn't all that worrying. But it happened anyway. It happened the way it is. But also, the other funny thing that happened in one of the constituencies in Nachifuma yesterday, one of our team members that side told us that these people are so funny. You know what they did? They came in the morning with a tape measure. And so they started measuring where the 20 meters are from the polling stations. So so that is where maybe the red tape is. So they measure from there and 20 meters, and they told police, so the 20 meters and stop here. So but we are adding in an allowance of 5. So they measured 25 meters.
So there is no saying.
And they planted a tree there, and they said, Totu Tavala, Totu Tavala. Police stayed that side. We shall be this side. You've seen it is 25 meters away from the polling station. But also, I realized people were freely at the polling stations. They were observing the 20-meter rule, and the police was so calm. The police wasn't dragging anyone. I think that was a good gesture.
Yeah, that was a good gesture. I did see that as well when they started counting the votes.
Not even before even before counting, some of the polling stations around, people were standing freely.
Actually, where I was, we did see people voting. left.
Okay.
But when it got to 4 p.m., people did come back.
Okay.
People started coming in one by one, and of course they became, a huge crowd. But they observed the 20-meter distance.
That was also outstanding.
Yeah.
It was outstanding still through the exercise. So irrespective of whatever happened, at least we have something good to talk about this. Meanwhile, people did cry low voter turnout.
Oh, yes.
I was sharing with someone that I left this place to go and vote. I don't vote far away from this space. But by the time I reached, of course, I had an issue, and I'll share this issue openly because it happened to me anyway. My name wasn't in the presiding officer's register, but it was in the agency's register.
How?
So you ask me how, I don't have the answer.
Exactly.
I don't have the answer. Electoral Commission will explain to me how this was possible. Of course, I'll inquire from the Electoral Commission. I know they are busy, but at the right time.
Probably after this.
I will call the people there, my people there, to explain to me how this was possible. Because, first of all, this was the first frustration. And actually, my mom was telling me she went through the same frustration. I was talking to her on call. You know, as they were creating new polling stations, our polling area had now become small. It couldn't accommodate those very many polling stations. And secondly, because there was an increase in probably the number of voters at the polling area, so they moved part of the polling stations to some other space. Now, this wasn't communicated. So the voter locator slip were communicating this old polling space, polling space where we've always voted from, but reaching there, after checking, telling you go there, try that one, try here. And also. Now, after going through that, then they tell you, you now go, I think it's about 100 meters or more from this area to the next. You go, probably your name is the other side. Now, after going through that, they check for your name. It is not in the register.
And you see, that's the problem.
And now, while you mention the name, the agents also are checking to verify.
Yes.
And then they say, yes, they even see the name and tick. But in the presiding officer's register, your name is not there. We had an observer here, and I, of course, tried to ask her about that. And she said, I didn't see this, but I also remember in one of the people, some of the people we are talking to out there in the field with Emma, they also raised the same somewhere in Lubaga. You know the polling stations in Lubaga. I'm forgetting the name of the polling station, but one of the polling stations in Lubaga, someone raised the same, saying that surely that also happened to some people there. But also the other frustration where they have made you go through about 10 polling stations, and then they tell you, now you walk over 100 meters and go and try the other side. Now at that point, someone just says,
exactly. I did also have
in the
same
sun
complaints from different people at the different polling stations, and some actually decided to just go back home.
Yeah, that was evident. But anyway, by and large, the voting was successful. Okay, why I brought that issue was that I tried at 3. It was around 3. I looked at where they were looking at the name. I looked at the total number of voters, and there were about 712 voters. But there was someone who was writing in the book, some small 32-page book, who whichever voter that comes, they write your name. With
their contacts?
No, they were just writing your name. For example, after verifying that you're in the register, the officer ticks, and then this person writes the name of that person. So I looked at that, and out of the 700, 700 I think, and something, a number, the person who came after me was number 132.
Wow.
At 3 p.m. But the polling stations were so empty.
Yeah, yeah.
So that really explains the low voter turnout, especially in some areas.
Yes. But despite that low voter turnout, we also did have some people coming out and saying that, you know what, people did not get enough civic education for the places where the machine was able to work. So a gentleman mentioned that, you know, people are asking questions, how do I do this? How do I put my thumbprint? And, you know, people are still a bit confused. I mean, we did see ladies, the elderly coming to vote, but they found this a bit, you know, it was a bit confusing for them. So I think that also stood out at the different polling stations in which the system, the machines were able to work. So probably this should have been done a bit better.
Yeah, yeah. I believe that.
Yeah.
And of course, we continue to say that all happened, but I mean, nevertheless, probably we believe that in the next elections, things will be better. Probably at this time, they'll have also worked on. They will also work on the BVVK,
yes.
So that we shall be able to use the BVVK. But of course, like we said, a lot is happening. Yesterday night at around 10:40, the chairperson of the Electoral Commission gave us provisional results. The first provisional results of the presidential candidates. And of course, we are taking a short commercial break. When we return, we shall take you through some of these results. And of course, according to what is happening, I think some returning officers have started declaring some MPs. So we shall come back with the details. Stick with us.
This is Church of Uganda Family TV. Enriching lives. Regulated by the Uganda Communications Commission. TV. Enriching lives. Regulated by the Uganda Communications Commission.
Well, Hope, yesterday, still, like I said earlier, that at around 10:40, you know, the EC chairperson came out at 9 and told us that the first provisional results will be declared at 10:30, but of course at 10:40 he came out to give us the provisional results. And indeed, just to take you through, of course, according to these provisional results, these results were got from 133 polling stations. And of course, that makes it 0.26, of course, total number of polling stations. And of course, when we start with the person who was first on the ballot, that is Bulida Frank of PPP. Of course, he got 84 votes. That is a 0.36%. And of course, Kasivante Robert of the, what is Kasivante's political party? But what I know is they use a pen as their symbol, their party symbol. Now, you know, it becomes a little funny when we say that don't come with party symbols or party what at the polling stations.
But it's inevitable for this particular one.
For this particular, even the umbrella was inevitable,
It was inevitable.
in that countries. However, it would only be funny if you came with a red umbrella.
Yeah.
But if I have my blue umbrella or black, yeah. But of course, that is Casavante Robert got 66 votes. That is 0.29%. Now these are the first provisional results from 133 polling stations.
Yes.
And of course, Chagulanyi Robert Sentamu of the National Unity Platform got 7,753 votes out of those 133 polling stations.
Yes.
That is 33.64%. Then we have Mabirizi Elton Joseph. That is, of course, from CP, Conservative Party.
Yes.
He garnered 45 votes from the 133 polling stations. And of course, that is 0.20%. And then we have Mugisha Muntu Oyela Grigori.
Yes.
He, General, from the Alliance for National Transformation, he got 164 votes from the 133 polling stations. That is 0.17%. Then, of course, we have Munyagwa Mubarak of the Common Man's Party.
Yes.
He got 145 votes. That is 0.63%. And of course, we have Nathan Nandadamafabi of the FDC with 550 votes. That is 2.43%. And of course, lastly was Joedi Tibabura Museveni, who got of course 14,232 votes, and that takes the percentage to 6.7%. Now, of course, when you look at these statistics, of course, EC registered invalid ballots out of that out of the 133 polling stations.
Yes.
And of course, the invalid ballots were 37, but those were the first provisional results. And of course, today at 9 a.m. we expect another declaration from the Electoral Commission, because that is what the chairperson promised us yesterday, that he will come back at 9 a.m. this morning to give us more provisional results. Remember, we still remind you that it is the Electoral Commission that has the mandate to declare.
Not any other person.
Not even your political party.
Yes.
Not even your Secretary General of the political party. So it is entirely the Electoral Commission that should make the declaration. So that is what we can say about that. But when you look at especially the way things are, you realize that at least Electoral Commission is up to it.
Yes.
Yeah, irrespective of what happened during day.
Life still has to go on.
Exactly.
And indeed, life went on. At least we can say we were still able to go through it successfully.
Yeah, sure. Sure. And of course, we really want to thank God for actually the progress. Of course, we saw leaders voting.
Yes.
We saw them voting. We saw Hajat Misa Kavanda, the Minister of Kampala and Metropolitan Affairs, of course, voting, casting her vote from Chisenyi, because you know Chisenyi is where she has had her base, and of course she even said it that I have lived in Chisenyi. I have done everything in Chisenyi.
Yes.
So, you know, Chisenyi is so funny. And they hear her. they hear her. I'll share this story that one of our reporters here, Emmanuel Arengai, lost his phone while the fire gutted a particular building in Chisenyi. So we sent Emma to go and cover the story.
Yes.
So, of course, he found the minister there at the scene. And while at the scene, Emma's phone was snatched. And when they snatched his phone, he told the minister after the interview, Minister, simu yange bajibye. And the minister called the particular guy and told him, simu ye mugikomyewo. And trust me, in the next minute, his phone was back. Kati, abantu bomu Kisenyi bamuwulira.
They listen.
So when she says that, this is my place.
She does understand her people.
Exactly, they also understand her. I mean, yeah, basically that is it. And like I said earlier, that people have strongholds. You know, there is a place you go to and ngaboba akutegeera, naye wabategeera, and no question about that.
That's true.
So that is the thing. But like I said, for us, our role is not declaring results. Our main role is to give you updates of what is happening.
Yes.
Of course, by 4 a.m. In the morning, we can say that actually very many of the returning officers had gone to sleep. Okay, to rest, not to sleep. Sleeping is
makes it sound
funny.
lazy.
Yeah, but also you realize that even the candidates and the agents of candidates that had come to witness what was happening had also gone because they realized, because especially for Kampala, you know, the Tally Center for Kampala, all the 5 divisions of Kampala is in Kololo. So the trucks that were delivering the results to Kololo from the various divisional officers had stopped bringing the results. So I think people realized it's better we take a rest, we take a break, and we shall continue from there tomorrow. But this is the thing. If you are not supposed to be there, tewe tuminkiriza. Tewe tuminkiriza. Why? You're not supposed to be there. Relax. Stay on your TV. Fetujja kuwa buli update. Presiding officer wagamba nti ono, for us we tell you, yeah. When the officer says, yeah, finga tukugamba nti ye. Presiding officer agambye, Hope Nyongereza is the next woman member of parliament of Wakiso district. Yes. Or of Kampala. Where do you hope to contest in the future?
Where do I contest?
No, where would you want?
Where
because you are a resident of Wakiso. Would you want to be? Okay,
yeah, I would be, of course, for where I am.
Okay. Yeah. And by the way, you are a permanent resident there. So
actually,
yes, you are a permanent resident. Yes. So for you, the issues of electoral commissions, Manyanga, you're not a resident, wachimala, wachikuba. But do you have hopes of contesting?
Well, let us see what the future
Njagala kubeera campaign manager wo.
Ate nja kafuna if you're the campaign manager. Tamanya.
Yeah, but that is it. That is happening out there. Of course, in Wakiso, the presiding officer and the officials are back to the counting. Of course, they are almost done with some constituency results. So I think that the concentration is majorly on Busiro North. And of course, very soon, we are going to tell you who they have declared the winner. Of course, we are waiting. We await to see what is going to happen there. But of course, do not raise your hopes. Do not raise your anticipations. No, relax. Have your peace, because at the end of the day, it's the returning officer that declares. Secondly, you know, me as a politician, you know, our people would want to excite us. So you don't really know where I got the authenticity of this DR form that I give you.
Exactly.
Tomanyi oba maxes ziriko nyinza okuba nga nafunye 12 votes gwe noyongerako ka 1 because you want to excite me. Okitegera kati nze wembisoma nindaba nga nkikubye and I started the celebrations.
Yeah.
But remember, the Electoral Commission has the results for, I mean, the original DR forms from their people, the presiding officers, witnessed by the agents. And before, by the way, they are sealed. Yeah. But before they are sealed, they are signed by the agents and sealed in the presence of the agents.
Yes.
So that is why the Electoral Commission will only rely on what they have.
Yes.
But you should also be around, you the candidate and your agent may be at the tally center, so that when they read your result and you realize, you remember what happened in Kawempe North, where they read some results and the candidates were like, Chibulam.
Yes, I do remember.
Yeah, so really that is the entire thing, and we want to assure you that we shall give you all the evidence. I believe throughout today we shall have known who our next MPs are. By the end of today.
By the end of today, probably.
By the end of today, we shall have known. Of course, remember we have a list of about 20. MPs who are unopposed, more than 20. If I can maybe take you through a bit, I have my record here of the people who are unopposed. One of them is the Speaker.
You're right, Honorable.
Mama, Malamu Wabusoga. She said she can also be Mama Busoga. When people are telling the opponent that Mama Busoga. So Anita Monk is unopposed for Bukedea, woman member of parliament. We also have the Deputy Speaker, Thomas Taibwa, is also unopposed for Ruhinda North County. And of course we have the Vice President, Jessica Arupo, unopposed for Katakwi District, a woman member of parliament. We also have Fiona Nyamtoro, unopposed for Nebi district, woman member of parliament. We also have Lilian Paparu Obiale. She's also unopposed for Arua district, woman member of parliament. We have Ruth Rujochi Mushabe, who is also unopposed for Chiruhura district, woman member of parliament. We have Geneva Alinitwe for Rubirizi district, woman member of parliament. We have Emmanuel Banya for Koboko County.
Yes.
We have Emily Kugonza for Buyanja East. We have Fred Biamukama for Bugangaizi West. We have Patrick Opolot Isiaji for Kachumbala County. This one was declared, I think, 2 or 3 weeks ago. Unopposed. We have Ofono Pondo, older persons representative, Eastern Uganda, Eastern region. We have Catherine Okumu, Mavenjina, older persons and Northern region. We also have Peggy Joy Wako, older persons and national, female. We also have Amamabazi's wife, who is also unopposed for older persons, Western. We also have Boniface Henry Okot, who is unopposed for Kole South. And of course, lastly, we have Laura Kanushu Opori, who is a national female a representative for PWDs. So those are over 17 people who are MPs who are unopposed, and so that makes it very, very important and very, very beautiful that the NRM actually has already these people in Parliament.
Yes,
they're waiting for the swearing in. So the rest can come. But of course, we take a break right now. We shall be back with more updates. Stick with us.
This is Church of Uganda Family TV. Enriching. This is Church of Uganda Family TV. Enriching lives. Regulated by the Uganda Communications Commission.
You're welcome. Those who are just joining us, you're welcome to the National Tally Center for the presidential elections 2026. And the commission is just getting back in to take charge of this exercise. The chairperson of the commission, Justice Babakam Morgan Simon, the Deputy Chairperson, Hajat Aisha Rubega, and the Commissioners and the Acting Secretary. You're welcome, Lord Chairperson of the Commission. You may take your seats. And straight away take us through what you have to communicate to the country. Over to you, Lord Chair. Thank you.
Distinguished guests and dear citizens who are watching us, wherever you are. These are the first preliminary results of the presidential elections that the Commission has received and ascertained so far. Total number of registered voters, 21,649,067 on the National Voters Register. The total number of polling stations, 50,739. Results, the total number of polling stations from which we have received results at this point in time, 133, representing 0.26% of total polling stations. These are so far the results per presidential candidate. Bulira Frank Kavinga, Party RPP, votes received so far 84, representing 0.36% of the valid votes cast for candidates so far. Kaswante Robert, Party NPP, total number of votes 66, representing 0.29% of the valid votes cast for candidates. Excuse me. Kyagulanyi Sentam Robert, Nope. 7,753 votes, representing 33.64% of the valid votes cast for the candidates. Mabirizi Joseph, CP, votes 45, representing 0.20% of the valid votes cast. Mugisha Gregory Muntu Oyera, ANT, 164 votes, representing 0.71% of valid votes cast for candidates, 2.43% of valid votes cast. Yoweri Tuhaburwa Kaguta Museveni, NRM, 14,232 votes, representing 61.7% of valid votes cast so far. Total number of valid votes for all the candidates so far is 23,049. Invalid votes so far, 796, representing 3.34% of the total votes cast. Total number of votes altogether, 23,845, representing 0.11% of the total number of registered voters. The spoiled votes are 37. That is the position as of now. Ladies and gentlemen, and all you who are watching us, as I said, that is the first preliminary results the Commission has received so far at this National Tally Center. It's now coming to 11 p.m. The next update will be tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. I wish all of you a blessed night. Thank you so much.
Well, in the ballot 2026, like I said earlier, that some, of course, some returning officers had started declarations. And of course, we can categorically say that Wakiso, one of the constituencies in Wakiso district, that is Busiro North, you know, I told you the returning officer was about to say, therefore, so the electoral the returning officer, of course, said therefore. Moses Mayanja, who is NRM in Busiro North, has merged the winner of Busiro North constituency. Remember, this constituency has had the incumbent Nsubuga. I'm forgetting the other name. Subuga, but he's one of the young MPs.
Yes.
And if you remember, there was a time they went for East African Games and he was blocked from playing, saying that he wasn't an MP, I think because of his size and age. But Nsubuga is the incumbent, of course, from the NUP. But of course, this constituency has now been won by Moses Mayanja, who has been declared MP-elect of Busiro North after generating, garnering 19,319 votes. So his closest, of course, in this constituency, there were 10 people. There were 10 candidates.
Wow. Interesting.
Not 10 actually, there were 11. There were 11 candidates. So he's the 11th.
Yes.
But of course, there were more 10. And among these include his closest contender, who is Ronald Semaganda of the NUP. Now, Ronald Semaganda got 14,667.
Okay.
So you realize it's a difference of about 400 plus votes. And then, of course, there is also John Bosco Tebandeke. John Bosco Tebandeke got 1,001 votes.
Okay.
And then, of course, the other candidates are Frank Nsubuga, who was independent. Nsubuga got 470 votes. There is also Emmanuel Sentongo. Now, Emmanuel Sentongo is a pastor, if you didn't know.
Oh.
Yes. He's Emmanuel Sentongo and some other name. Yeah. So Emmanuel Sentongo got 460 votes. There is also Charles Mugisha of the Democratic Front, DF, who got 288 votes. There is also Ashraf Sechkubo, who was also independent. Ashraf Sechkubo got 178 votes. There is also Damiano Kato. Now, maybe what I've not told you is that Emmanuel Sentongo,
yes.
Emmanuel Sentongo was with Semaganda in seeking for the NUP ticket.
Yes.
But when it was given to Semaganda, I think Sentongo found it wise to come back independent, and so he got that number of votes. But also, Ashraf Sechkubo, I've said independent, got 178 votes. We have Damiano Kato, who is also independent, and this one got 263 votes. We have Hussein Bukenya, who is independent. He also got 1,919 votes. We have Swaibu Kagwa, who is Jema, Justice Forum.
Yes.
He got 179 votes. And of course, lastly is Moses Senkungu of People's Front for Freedom, PFF, who got 112 votes. So that is the latest update we have from the Tally Center in Wakiso district. But of course, we shall bring you more and more and more. Of course, more updates. Just keep it on Church of Uganda Family TV. Like I said, results have started coming, and you know when results start to come, everyone is like, "Abanabo, mubakwateko."
Well, just to ask you briefly,
Yes.
what places do you think? What are the spotlights, or should I say the highlights, in the different particular areas for the members of parliament that you can say you would be interested to know about?
The first one is Remiyaga.
Oh yes, that one has been
Where
a
your
very
friend
tough one.
she comes from. Of course, that is one of them. It's one of them that I would really look out for, and of course, it's one of those that I will look up to see the returning officer declare.
Yes.
Remiyaga is really a thing.
Kawempe, no.
Kawempe North. Anyway, things of Kawempe North keep on changing every now and then. But yeah, Kawempe North is another one. But of course, not leaving out my friend.
Your friend.
I would also love to see what happens to my friend. That is Mawogola County. But also, the other one I'm anxiously waiting for is Nyendo Mukungwe and Chimanya Kabonera in Masaka.
Yes.
Including, but also Masaka City Woman Member of Parliament. So Nyendo Mukungwe has had Honorable Mathias Mpuga. Now, of course, after falling apart with NUP, now there is NUP fronted another person, Sabina Javida, and of course other kinds. NRM has Rachel, and the other name I'm forgetting. I don't know that she's Rachel Nantongo. I'm forgetting the other name, but Rachel is the NRM flag bearer.
Yes.
And of course other candidates that are independent. But also Chimanya Kabonera, where Honorable Bedi Bwanika is, NUP also fronted a candidate who is, what is his name? Patrick who? One of the names is Patrick, and of course the other candidates. And then the woman member of parliament, Masaka City. We have, of course, the incumbent, that is Juliet Kakande, of course, contesting with Justin Namere of NRM, and of course, we also have Nalubowa of NUP. Majorly those three. So that is another one. That, but also Kampala Central.
That one.
Kampala Central is another spot to look out to.
Yes.
And then, of course, Chira Municipality is another one to look out for. I'm just giving the ones that whose results I'm waiting for anxiously, of course, because we have a number of candidates. We have Kananura of the NRM, we have the incumbent Samu Junganda and Honorable, and we also have Councillor George Musisi of the NUP, and other parties and other candidates who are independent in that constituency.
I think I'd also like to see the Busiro East.
Busiro East. Talk about Busiro East. Busiro East
would be an interesting one as well.
Sure. Busiro East is another one. Of course, within here, Kampala Metropolitan. The other one is Mukono Municipality. Mukono Municipality is another spot. And of course, where almost everyone who came independent in Mukono Municipality came from NUP.
Ooh. And some, they did not get the card.
And when they don't get the...
everyone just became independent.
Yeah. I think it's also the same thing that happened in... what is the name of that constituency? Machindye East is another one. And I think majorly Machindye East, which had over 20, I think about 23 candidates on the ballot.
Yes.
Because I looked at a ballot paper of Machindye West, it had about 11 candidates, but it was already long.
Yes.
How about the one that had 23? How was it?
That one must have been a very 23. Those are too many. But I think I would like to know, out of curiosity, how that went.
Yeah, that's what I said, that that is another spot that I really want to look out for. I want to hear, and of course now that is Kololo.
Yes.
That Echechigwera Kololo. Woman Member of Parliament is also another one for Kampala. Yeah.
It has been hotly contested as well, so that is another one to also look out for.
You know, as I was hearing, the preliminary results are being read for provisional results for Kampala Central. I even had a candidate who I didn't know and whose artwork I've never seen anywhere.
Hey. Okay. Quite interesting. Very interesting.
So that is that. I was like, hey, kumbe. But anyway, that is a thing. That is a thing also. So the other constituency, I talked about Mukono Municipality.
Yes.
Then Mukono South is another one. Why Mukono South? Mukono South has this young man who is a former guild president. of
yes,
Makerere University, Maseruka.
Yes.
Of course, contesting with the incumbent, who is Kayondo, Honorable, and of course other candidates, including the NRM candidate. That is also another one.
It would be, yeah.
In Kampala here back, Nakawa East. Where you were?
Where I was. Nakawa East. Nakawa West.
Also Nakawa West, but why Nakawa East is because, you know, this one it makes more highlight, especially the fact that one of the candidates was not even able to vote for himself, did not even nominate himself. It's a brother who nominated. He has not even campaigned at any time. It's the brother who has been campaigning for him. So basically that is why I want to look at that. But also not forgetting that this particular constituency has had two former MPs come up to contest. One of them is Frederick Ruhindi, who is the NRM flag bearer, and the other one is Kabazuguruka, Honorable. You know, Kabazuguruka was so prominent, especially during the ruling of the Supreme Court concerning the court martial, because while he was still in Parliament, he petitioned that to the court, to the Supreme Court. So Honorable Kabazuguruka and Honorable Frederick Ruhindi, Senior Counsel, have been MPs before in that same constituency. So they are back in the race. The incumbent stepped out and of course came for Lord Mayorship. Bali Mweze is the incumbent MP, but he's now contesting for a different position. And then, of course, we also have Winfred Nakandi of the DF and others. So that is also another one, another spot for me. And
those are there.
Ginger is another one. I would say the entire Eastern. From Bale, Uganda, Mudiobole caught the entire country. I should say the entire country. Why? Because that song, it became a campaigning song for almost every candidate of the NUP. But you know, when you look at the vibe those people are having, they have a very big procession and everyone is dancing.
To it,
I'm like, okay. Somewhere.
So that's the name to it.
But Mudiobale is his name.
Mudiobale
is his name. And you know, Mudiobale has contested since I think 2011 and he has not been going through. So he insisted. He came, he didn't go through. He came in 16, he didn't go through. He came in 21, he did go through. Now, he has another time to shine.
Anyway.
Of course, like I said earlier, that we are expecting to have provisional results from the different stations. So we shall keep you updated. We shall keep you updated and see what exactly is going to happen. Of course, there is a lot that is happening, but I also want to see what happens in Kawempe North, where Jaden is contesting with someone else.
We should wait for that and see.
Another spotlight is Kawempe South, by the way. I don't know if you've taken time to look at Kawempe South, where, you know, this also doesn't have an incumbent.
Yes.
This also doesn't have an incumbent because Kaziwe Bashir never came back. But I think when you look at things and how they are, of course, there is Hajat Madina Sedeko, who is NRM. There is also Fred Nyanzi of the NUP, the one prominently known as Chairman Nyanzi. But also there is Roy Semboga, Dr. Roy Semboga, who was seeking for a party ticket, and when it wasn't given to him, Of course, he
became independent.
came independent. So it's also another sport that we are looking out for. But like we said, Echabano Chigwera,
They know.
Chigwera Kololo, so their declarations will be in Kololo, and we shall be updating you each time we get any declaration. Like we've given you the declaration of Busiro North. So Busiro North is out of our way. We know Moses Mayanja, NRM, is the newly elected member of parliament of the constituency. So we take another break. Of course, we shall come back with more highlights.
Indeed.
The ballot 2026.
This is Church of Uganda Family TV. Enriching lives. Regulated by the Uganda Communications Commission.
As we hold our general elections in Uganda, the world should be reminded that we're holding elections in the dark. The internet has been switched off across the country. This is done in order to facilitate the intended rigging of the regime. Otherwise, why would the people of Uganda be denied the right to communicate, and why the Ugandan election should be held in the dark?
Has joined. So there was a little bit of a big number at the beginning, but because of the delay, some people started to move, and then throughout the day, that is how it has been.
Ebifaananyi by'abaafa kuba abalamu bazze ne beesanga nga tebaliimu ate nga n'obukonge bw'okulonda babuyina ne national ID nga bazirina bawezeewo abantu babadde ndowooza nga 15 ku 2 nga tebali mu register. Mpozi n'ekirala abantu tebaasomesebwa bulungi bintu bya kulonda bino kuba abadde babawo obupapula okugenda okubutiikinga ate nga bano bennyini ababubawa batwala obudde okusooka okubayitiramu ng'abantu basooka ne bababuuza bitambula bitya. Abantu abasinga obungi baasenguka mu bitundu.
Well, I hope we have a community, a very big community that is following us on YouTube. Of course, they have a lot of demand.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, of course, we have Ayebale Agnes.
Yes.
Yeah, Ayebale, thank you for watching. I want to appreciate that, but also to respond to some of your questions, you who are watching us. Of course, we have Wakayana Lawrence watching live from Kenya, the capital city of Africa.
Hey, seriously?
Please.
Okay.
We
upgraded.
Uncle. But also we have someone to help me whether I'm watching videos on YouTube, it stops by itself, and what could be. Please continue watching. When you see a pause, it means we've gone to a break.
Yeah.
So when we break, you break a bit also. When we come back, you continue with us. So that is the thing. So what of Mpigi? Mpigi, the returning officer has not yet declared anyone in Mpigi. Remember, for example, Mpigi, woman member of parliament,
yes.
We have the incumbent, who is Betty, who is Teddy Numbers. You know, Betty and Teddy confused. So they have Teddy Numbers, the incumbent, who is then UP flag bearer as well. We have Sharon Murungi, who was in the NUP but is independent with the megaphone.
Yes.
I'm forgetting the other name. For the NRM, we also have this journalist lady, Joan Lule, of the DF. We also have Temulanda. Now, Sharon Murungi, Joan Lule, and Temulanda were all in the NUP. Yes. Temulanda was MP and was only won in 2021 by Teddy Namboze. So she joined the NUP. And when she was denied a party ticket, she decided to come independent. And of course, there is also someone called Kalodo,
yes.
Who is independent. So basically, when Joan Lule was not given the party ticket for NUP, she crossed to DF. So that is how she comes to be in the DF. So Mpigi, we shall bring you the highlights of Mpigi. Live from Chisoro. How was Machindia East? Yes, Machindia East, actually, Machindia East, by 8 a.m., no result of Machindia East had been read, because what happens is for Kampala, now the tally center, the general tally center is in Kololo. So what happens is when you bring your results, you come and read them. Yes. The returning officer from the divisional returning officer comes and reads the results, and they only tally what you've read, not what you've not read. So basically, that is why Machindia East, Machindia West, Kawempe North, Kawempe South are not being talked about. We only talked about Lubaga because a few parishes in Lubaga had been read, yes. and 3 parishes, a few parishes from Kampala Central. So, but we shall give you all this update. Talk about Mawokota North. Yes, Mawokota North. Yeah, we shall come. We shall bring you the highlight of Mawokota. Gives us the result, because remember we told you that for us here, our role is to tell you what the returning officer has declared.
Yes.
But as for now, I think why people are looking for Mawokota North, it is highly, you know, we have a former minister, Emeria Chambadde.
Yes.
And Hildeman. Hilary Chiyaga, who is the incumbent. Remember, at some point, Chiyaga was a campaigning guy for Amelia Chambadde. And then in 2020, Chiyaga comes on NUP ticket, and he won the minister.
Yes.
So when he won the minister came back this time. So the two are in the race. But of course, they're not the only ones. There are also other people in the race. But I think the eyes are so much onto the two. Who is who? Yes. Is it Amelia Chambadde again or Hildeman again? So, of course, Mawokota North. Yeah, that's Mawokota North. If it ends in a draw between NUP and NRM, what next? It's Saliran automatically.
Yeah.
It's Saliran. Buyukwe municipality, please. Yes, Buyukwe, we shall bring you the updates of Buyukwe municipality. And of course, like I said, Mawokota North, we shall come there. Butambala, of course, by the time we came on air, we had not ruled out on Butambala. You know Butambala, there is Butambala, a woman member of parliament, and the Butambala MP. So the competition has been between 4 people. For former member of parliament has been between 2. Of course, there is Lydia Mirembe.
Yes.
Lydia Mirembe is a former MP, so she was MP, and then in 2021 she was defeated by Honorable Aisha Kabanda. So now the stiff competition is between the 2, Aisha Kabanda and Lydia Mirembe, but be expectant about what comes out of Butambala. Lydia Mirembe was NRM, and of course this time around she came independent. But now Lydia Mirembe teamed up with a former journalist called Elias Muchibi. Now Muchibi is a former journalist of the Daily Monitor. Yes. So Muchibi is now contesting against Mwanga Chivumbi, who has been there I think for 3 terms. That is where now, so the competition is so stiff between the 2 as well. Yes. Muchibi is also independent. So the 2 are having the same symbol. Lydia Mirembe and Muchibi are all with the clock.
Interesting.
And the 2, Aisha Kabanda and Mwanga Chivumbi, are with the umbrella. So I want to know about the presidential election results. Yeah, we are waiting for the next provisional results at 9. So probably when they come through, we shall update you as well. Tell me about Rukunjiri. We shall be there very soon. We shall tell you what is happening in Rukunjiri. Is Bobby released from house arrest yet? We cannot talk about this because we do not have information about this. But we have a police officer who is coming in through in a few minutes. Of course, he will give us the detail on this. So Butambala district, I've talked about Butambala, and we shall come. And of course, I see increasing people asking for Butambala. I see Rashad Kwagala is in need of Butambala. Yes, we are going to give you Butambala as soon as the returning officer gives us the result. But also, I must say, from Jordan, Museveni is above 2.69%. From Bobby Wine, no fear, there is still chances. Okay, must say your message has also reached. And of course, very many other comments here coming through. Keep them coming. We shall be updating you. Like we told you, this is the ballot 2026, and we shall keep you updated. We are going to talk about Butambala. People are asking for Butambala. We shall talk about Butambala. Remember, we cannot give you predictions. No, we do not want to raise your hopes. Yes. We only want to give you authentic results, like we did for Busiro North. Busiro North, the returning office has already declared Alan Mayanja is the MP elect. So that is a done deal. Yes. That is a done deal. We authoritatively say Alan Mayanja is the next MP of Busiro North. And so even the others, we shall talk about our overall results. Yeah, we shall talk about the overall results. Just keep it on Church of Uganda Family TV. Follow us through and through and through. Of course, we shall give you all the results. People are also asking for what is happening within Kampala, woman member of parliament. We shall come. Someone is also asking about Mbale. We shall bring you Mbale as well. Of course, all the constituencies in Mbale, but also in the entire eastern region. Of course, in Mbale, the tallying is on. And I believe in a few, at least we shall have a declaration of a constituents or two very soon. So Mbale, we shall give you the results. But also, just to assure you that the tallying is on in all the other, the district electoral commission offices. So just keep it on Church of Uganda Family TV. Follow our stream. Of course, we shall be telling you. Someone is also asking about Bulambuli. We shall talk about Bulambuli as well. We shall talk about Bulambuli. Like I said, we shall have a lens through the entire Eastern when that time comes. Now, we want to see because Eastern has the NUP vice chairperson for Eastern, that is Nambeshe, Honorable and Nambeshe. Then Butambala has the vice chairperson, vice president of the NUP Central, that is Honorable Mwanga Chivumbi, and I think outstandingly, that is it. Of course, someone is asking about Chotela. Of course, there's rumors out there, but the returning officer of Chotela district has not yet given us the overall results, but we shall give you the results when the returning officer tells us who and who. Now, the closest competition in Chotela is between Honorable Haruna Kasolo, who is the Minister of Microfinance, State Minister for Microfinance, but also there is the incumbent, who is John Paul Mpalanyi. So that is where the stiff competition is, and of course we shall see who takes it at the end. Because let me tell you, by end of today, we shall have you covered. By end of today, all the MPs will be declared. That's our hope, because we expect the presidential results to be out tomorrow. We believe that according to what we are assured of by Justice Byabakama, that by Saturday we shall be sorted.
With everything.
With everything. Someone is asking about Ntungamo. We shall talk about Ntungamo. That is Wellens at Haire. We shall talk about Ntungamo as well very soon. Of course, the other thing, someone is talking about Gomba district. Yeah, we are going to talk about Gomba as well in our next updates. Don't worry. Someone is also talking about Kamuli, Katago Evas. Kamuli, we shall talk about Kamuli. Don't you worry. But of course, Kamuli is another place that is looked up to. Then the other place that is looked up to is Bukono constituency. Yes. Bukono has been an issue where we have the incumbent, Honorable Persis Namuganza, who is seeking for re-election, of course, but independent. She's independent, and you know, when the president was there recently, the other week, they had a meeting, and of course he asked, but where is Namuganza? Where is the two had not come? So Namuganza versus the NRM flag bearer, and of course the NUP. Someone is also asking about Bugweri. Yeah, we shall come back and talk about Bugweri. Bugweri has the incumbent who came independent, that is Rachel Magola. NUP also has the former EMC, Electoral Management Committee. What is her name? The former, of course, she's also she's in the race, and of course the NUP, the NRM flag bearer also is in the race. So basically, that is why it also becomes a hotspot for the to look out for, because we want to see who is who. Because now remember, the thing is, there are people who were defeated in the NRM primaries and they chose to come independent. One of them in Kampala Central is Shamim Namfuma. Shamim Namfuma was defeated in the NRM primaries, and she decided to come independent against Amina Lukanga Nanziri, who is the flag bearer. Now we also have the incumbent, Shamim Malende, who is also seeking a re-election. But we have also other people. We have other candidates from other political parties and those that are independent also contesting for the same. We have a PFF having Nana Nalongo Mwafrika. She's also there. Kampala woman, member of parliament, and of course very many others. Like I said, we shall give you all the updates that you need to have. But of course, like Justice Byabakama promised us, that at 9 we shall be having our second provisional results. Someone is asking about Masaka. Now Masaka, I said earlier, I talked about Masaka. Masaka, now there is Masaka City and Masaka District, if just to make it very clear. So if you want, this is irakoze Arafat. Masaka City is where Justin Namere is where this lady NUP Nalubowa is where we also have Sumaya in Masaka. Sumaya is independent, but she's also NUP leaning. Yes. And of course other candidates. And then Masaka district has the incumbent who is now NUP, but she came to parliament on an independent ticket. That is Joan Namutawe. Then there is also Joanita, I think Nalule, NRM flag bearer, who they are now competing with. And of course there is the former MP, yes, Honorable Babidie Kabanda. I think she's Babidie Kabanda, yeah. So we are waiting for Mr. Byabakama. We are waiting for Mr. Byabakama to update us, but I will take a short break. And like I said earlier, we shall be joined in by a police officer who will be breaking down for us how security was yesterday, how it is today, and how it will be tomorrow when we have the final presidential results. So stick with us. We take a short commercial break. I will come back with more updates.
This is Church of Uganda Family TV. Enriching lives. Regulated by the Uganda Communications Commission. Regulated by the Uganda Communications Commission.
Well, good morning once again. Of course, we were earlier promised that we shall have second provisional results at 9, but it seems EC is yet to prepare for this. However, we continue with the conversations, and of course, with us is Afande. We want Afande to shed for us a picture, especially on the security side. Of course, join me as well, come AIP Council Jagali Joshua. Afande, it's a pleasure having you, and we are excited to have you here with us.
Thank you. It's also a pleasure to see you. To see you in this year. We must have met last year.
Yeah, last year.
Discussion here. Yeah, I'm glad to see you.
How is Nsanji Police Station?
Nsanji Police Station.
Police Division. Police
Division
yes.
Is well, and we are managing.
Okay.
They believe we are in control.
Okay, that's good. So, Afande, we've gone through a season of both fear and joy. We were excited that we are going to vote for our next leaders, but then people had that fear, the threatening of people. If you don't do this, we shall do this, and all those things. But we want to commend police for the work well done yesterday, especially in managing the polling stations, because at least people's expectations were ruined by how you handled that. We really appreciate that. But in your own observations and what you were able to see, probably you can comment on how the situation was generally.
Yeah, let me say hi to viewers of Family TV. Once again, I'm Assistant Inspector of Police, Council Jagula Geshapo. I'm the officer in charge of community affairs at Chengera Police Station and Nsanji Police Division. Yeah, just to shed a picture of the security, like I said, under Article 212, it establishes the police and it gives us the command function under 212, and which is to protect and preserve. So we are on it, and we aren't working alone. We are working with other security agencies to see that we protect the peace. People enjoy, because during this period there are people who are, like you had said earlier on, people who are threatening the people. Yes. Other people are fearing to go and work. People are thinking after elections maybe the country is coming to an end. No, we're here to prove that the country is not coming to an end, and we have to still exist. The only issue is I encourage all Ugandans to keep peace.
Okay.
Let's share information because there's some few people who want to sabotage. It's not a big number. There are always few isolated cases that want to sabotage and cause insecurity. But we're saying let's share, let's collaborate with our Ugandans. Let's share information. Let's pattern and see that we will fight crime, fight these elements of criminality, and see those who want to destabilize and cause insecurity. But above all, we are saying peace will be there, peace will prevail, and peace is still around.
Okay.
I believe after the holiday, people will be able to resume business, and we shall maintain to patrol the streets, to patrol our areas of responsibility, to see that every Ugandan enjoys the freedom and peace.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is very interesting. So, if you look at Chengela area, did you witness any irregularities, any crime that was calling for police intervention?
Yes.
Okay.
It happened. There is excitement that agitates the younger men after casting their vote. Or somebody has gone at a polling station. You know, some of these people never registered, never registered. Or if they registered, there were some challenges that they didn't, either electronic challenges that were being addressed by EC. But the youth agitates up and begin inciting violence at polling stations. At a certain point, they ended up burning tires, causing obstacles along the roads, that we really had to take charge and see that other people could enjoy and go on with their elections.
Okay. That is very, very. But what about the operations pre and after? How were they? Because while we casted the vote yesterday, we still have people who are living in fear. Actually, I was talking to some people this morning, and they're like, for us, we even fear to come to town because we do not know how it will be. We even fear to walk in the night because we do not know how it will be. People have fear that probably police will arrest them without a reason. And so how are these operations, and what is the instance of all these beefed operations?
These beefed security operations are to ensure that Ugandans are safe. Even that one who is fearing to get out of the house, he should, when he sees the police, he sees the army, he sees other security agencies in covert and overt moving, he should just know that Uganda is secure. Okay. There is no reason why somebody should be hiding, somebody should fear even to go and buy food. No. We are not here to intimidate anybody. We are not there to threaten anybody, but we are here to protect them against those minor people, isolated cases of those who want to take advantage of every situation. As youth and other criminal gangs would always want to take advantage where people have gathered. Not every gathering that people who have gathered are good. Even a few elements who are not good to gather in order for them to serve their own interests. So let people not get threatened. People will get back to work. We shall monitor the city until we deem it is fit for us to withdraw.
Okay. So what are some of the precautions that someone should take note of as we go through this entire season?
One is to avoid inciting people.
Okay.
As we in this period, we are all of us believing in EC. Whatever results come out, we shall go with that. Yeah. And there is no reason there is a certain group of people to incite violence against others. And I think this is what is causing fear into people, because they are thinking a certain category of group would incite violence against to harm other people. We are here to assure Ugandans nobody is going to cause atrocities here. Nobody is going to do harm. Whoever will do that will be booked and will be handled as an individual. This time not as a group. You do your acts as a person, we shall hold you as a person. Okay. And above all, after this business, we know everybody said, we were saying now, 2016, 26 is a far, elections will not come, elections have gone. And now the issue is we should be focused, school fees is closing. So I will urge Ugandans and people around should now begin focus. How do we send our children back to school? period, and the business goes on normally.
But finally, before business goes on normally, people still have to go through this, and you know, sometimes it should be the way it is, because even as they declare the winners, people are going to start celebrating, and you know, all that. So are there any specific precautions and ways in which people should celebrate their victories so that they do not violate the police regulations?
Yeah, the same precaution will still stand the way we are doing it during elections. That when you're going to celebrate your victory, you don't inconvenience as a road user. If you're going to use a road, you should not use inconvenience as a road users. There are people who are going, there's somebody who is using the same road going to hospital, for treatment. There's somebody who is traveling, is going out, he has a flight, and the plane is about to leave him. So we should celebrate within our designated areas. And I think there should be specific areas where people are going to celebrate. But here people celebrate in different ways. You get groups celebrating, burning people's things, that they are celebrating their victory. You get people breaking people's property, that they are celebrating. That will not be allowed, and people are cautioned against such measures.
So if someone wants to hold a celebration event, do they still have to seek permission from police?
They will, because ours is to give them security.
Okay.
We are going to give them security to know where you're going to have, that the people you're going to call will be safe to and from. Two, it is us who are regulating the traffic, that your people who are moving to your destination venue are reaching safely and going back safely without being inconvenienced, so they reach in time. It is still us in control. So we need to share us with you. You will need to share us with your plan, how you're going to, where you're going to move, where you're going to hold. We see whether where you're holding the rally is fit for you to have your rally.
Okay, that is good. But now, still to take you back a little to this situation we are in, someone would really want to know some of the offenses they omit indirectly, especially when they do some of the things you've talked about. Because there are moments when someone is maybe found in the night walking, and like you've said, that people should be cautious. So someone is walking, they are taken to police, and they feel, or maybe they have been celebrating, and they feel they have not done anything wrong, and yet you have offenses for them. So what are some of those offenses that people are liable to commit, especially if they do not follow the guidelines around this season?
Yeah, now I just want to also to be very clear that moving in the night is not an offense.
Yes.
It's not an offense.
Yes.
And somebody should not get worried. I'm moving. You may be delayed at work, and you're going home. You meet security officers who are protecting you against the wrong elements. Explain to them, you know, I'm from work and I'm going home. You proceed normally. Where the offenses will come is someone taking an advantage, saying that because people have gone for holiday and there is a shop that has been closed for some minutes or for some days and wants to break into the shop, we would arrest you for breaking, for house breaking or burglary. Burglary, because people will take different advantages of different situations and they would not hesitate. But people would, I encourage people to share information. Let people move where they want to go, but in an organized way. If you go, there is no reason. If we said we are moving from here to Chingira, I have my journey, I come and call you, I come and call the other person, we move in a group. What are we going to do? Offenses that we're most likely to hold people during this period mostly is inciting violence.
Okay.
Inciting violence, you encourage other people to join you to disrupt business. There we will.
Okay.
Otherwise, if you're going to do your business normally, you're going to ride your motorcycles normally, you're going to go to your place normally at any time, because there are people who do different businesses. There are those who are doing business in the night, there are those who are doing business at day. We are not there to inconvenience anybody, but we're there to protect and see that people do what they are required to do. but you do the right thing.
Fandi, give us your closing remarks as we head to the EC National Tally Center in Lubowa, and as we wind up this conversation.
Yeah, I want to wish all the Ugandans, at whoever cast their votes, they should enjoy their victory according to their win.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Fande, and of course, we now switch to Lubowa at the Electoral Commission headquarters, where the National Tally Center is, to hear the second provisional results, presidential results. So join us as we go to Lubowa.
While standing, let me invite Ms. Susan Wegoye to come and lead us in a prayer as we begin this morning. Susan?
Let's humble ourselves and pray. Almighty God, our Father, we want to thank you for another day. We thank you for this time in the history of our nation. We thank you for the Electoral Commission. We thank you for the people of Uganda. We thank you for this land that you have given us. We pray, O God, that may your peace and your mercy and your protection continue to reign over Uganda, over the people of Uganda, over the leadership of Uganda, over the Electoral Commission. We pray, O Lord, as we begin today's business, that your presence will abide with us, that your peace will continue to reign over us, and that your joy will fill us and keep us safe. We give you back all the praise, all the glory, and all the honor. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Thank you very much, Susan. You may take your seats, Commission. Good morning, Uganda. Good morning, everybody who is here in the Tare Center, the National Tare Center. And good morning to all Ugandans that are watching this occasion, this function, live from the National Tare Center for Presidential Elections of 2026, here at the EC ground, the Electoral Commission grounds in Rubowa, Rweza, in Makinde Sabagabo. Lord Chairperson of the Electoral Commission, the Deputy Chairperson of the Electoral Commission, members of the Commission, the Acting Secretary, representatives of presidential candidates in this presidential election, representatives of political parties, heads of delegations of missions that are observing this election, members of the civil society that are accredited at this National Tare Center, all observers, both local and domestic and international, members of the press, staff of the Commission, and everybody that is watching, good morning and welcome to today. We are here at the National Tare Center for the Presidential Elections of 2026, and we are now in the hands of the Commission, and I will take this pleasure. I will take this pleasure to welcome you all and to hand over to the Chairperson of the Electoral Commission, Justice Byabakama Mugenyi Simon, to take us forward in today's program. Lord Chair, you're welcome.
Thank you, members of the Commission, Your Excellencies, ambassadors, high commissioners present, and heads of missions, representatives of political parties, stroke presidential candidates, our distinguished guests, international, local observers, media, and all invited guests. Good morning. We are gathered here today to once again update you and the nation at large on the results of the presidential elections that we have received so far at this Tare Center. The total number of registered voters on the National Voters Register is 21,649,067. Total number of polling stations, 50,739. The total number of stations from from which we have received results so far is 22,758, representing 44.85% of the total number of polling stations. These are the results so far per candidate. Bulira Frank Kavinga, 23,267, representing 0.45% of the valid votes cast. Kasivante Robert, 15,929, representing 0.31% of the total votes cast. Chagulanyi Sentam Robert, 1,312,047, represent 1,312,47,000, representing 19.85% of the total votes cast. Maveriz Joseph, 10,910, representing 0.21% of the total votes cast. Mugisha Gregory Muntu Oyera, 29,504, representing 0.57% of the total votes cast, total valid votes cast. Munyagwa Mubarak Serunga, 14,742, representing 0.28% of the valid votes cast. Nandara Mafabi James Nathan, 108,301, representing 2.08% of the total votes cast. Yoweri Tuhaburwa Kaguta Museveni, 3,960,438, representing 76.25% of the total valid votes cast. Valid votes in total so far, 5,194,338. Invalid votes so far, 129,441, representing 2.43% of the total votes cast. Total votes, 5,323,779, representing 24.59% of the registered voters on the National Voters Register. Spoiled votes, 17,281. That is the position currently. Now, as we indicated in our opening remarks yesterday, we shall be releasing these results at regular intervals. And therefore, our next session will be at 2 p.m. See you then.
This is Church of Uganda Family TV. Enriching lives. Regulated by the Uganda Communications Commission. This is Church of Uganda Family TV. Enriching lives. Regulated by the Uganda Communications Commission.
at the National Tally Center. Of course, we've just had results, provisional results from the chairperson of the Electoral Commission, Justice Simon Byabakama. Now, we are joining John Baptist Ahumuza JB, who is at the National Tally Center, to break down these results for us so we can follow through. JB, good morning to you.
Yes, good morning, Mr. Mukalazi.
JB, we've just had the Justice Simon Byabakama read the provisional results, and would like you to break down for our viewer right now.
Yes, good morning, our viewer of Church of Uganda Family TV. Of course, as promised by the chairperson of the Electoral Commission yesterday, that we'll be receiving a second batch of the provisional results for the presidential elections. Of course, the EC has released the second batch as he has promised earlier. And before we break down, I would like to remind you about the total number of voters, registered voters the country has, which is 21,649,067 from the total number of polling stations of 50,739. The results which have been read now are from 22,758 polling stations, which are representing 44.85%. And according to these provisional results, Mr. Bulia Frank has got 22,267 votes, which is 0.45%. Kasivante has 15,929, which is a representation of 0.31%. Robert Chaguan Center of the National Unit Platform is currently standing at 1,312,047 votes, which is 19.85%. Mabilizi has got 10,910 votes, which is 0.21%. Mugisha Muntu Grigor of Anti has 29,504 votes, which is 0.57%. Munyakwa Mubarak has 14,742 votes, which is 0.28%. Then Nanda Mafabi of the Forum for Democratic Change has 10
yes,
has 108,301, which is 2.08%. And lastly, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni of the National Resistance Movement has 3 million votes, 960,438, which is 76.25%. The total number of valid votes is currently standing at 5,194,338. The invalid is 129,441, which is a total of 2.43% of the total votes. Then the total of currently of the received results voters is 5,323,779, which is a percentage of 24.59% of all registered voters. And the total spirit votes are currently standing at 17,281. And according to the chairperson of the Electoral Commission, the other second batch, the third batch of the provisional results will be released at 2 p.m. And of course, as Church of Uganda Family TV would like to assure our viewers that we are at the ground here at the Tally Center, and we will be providing you all the details.
Maybe JB, I'd like you to repeat for us the votes of Elton Mabilizi. Yeah, the figure of Elton Mabirizi.
Pardon?
The figure of Mabirizi Joseph Elton.
Mabirizi has 10,910.
20,910.
Which is 0.21%.
Okay.
And of course, in the subsequent time, we'll be providing you a breakdown of how these people are performing per district, according to the results from the Electoral Commission's portal. So, we'll be providing you the details.
JB, could you be aware of how many districts these votes are coming from?
Apparently, the Electoral Commission had not yet updated its portal. The results which we have currently, they are from the past, from last night, as per last night. So, as for now, the Electoral Commission hasn't yet updated the portal. But when it updates the portal, then we'll be able to let you know.
Still, before you go, can you share with us the ones from the previous results for yesterday night?
Yeah, we can.
Okay, please do.
No?
Yes, JB, we are waiting to hear from you with that breakdown from last night's results.
From last night's results, according to the Electoral Commission, from Abim district, we are seeing Mr. Bulira has 6 votes, which is 0.97%. Kasibanti has 2 votes, which is 0.32%. Robert Chagulan Sentamu has 65 votes, which is 10.5%. Mariz has 0, which is at 0%. Mugisha Muntu has one vote, which is 0.16%. Munyako has 2 votes, which is 0.32%. Nagara has 4, 0.65%. And Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has 539 votes, which is 87.808%. When we cross over to Arua City, Leader Frank has 34, which is 0.33%. Kasivanti has 0.2, has 26 votes, which is 0.25. Robert Chagrin Sentamu has 4,207, which is 40.37%. Mariz has 22 votes, which is 0.21%. Mugisha Muntu has 81, which is 0.78%. And Nyangwa has 101, a representation of 0.97%. Nanda Mafari has got 153, which is 1.47%. And Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has 5,796, which is 55.62%. And from Buko, Leader has 4, Kasivanti has 4, Shagran has 53, Mariz has 2, Mugisha Muntu 0, Munyagwa 0, Nandara Mafari has 18, Yoweri Museveni has 615, which is 88.36%. From Butaleja district, Mbulia has 3 votes, Kasivanti has 7, Shagran has 600, Mariz has 3, Mugisha Muntu has 2, Munyagwa has 2, Nandara has 27, Yoweri Museveni has 906 votes, which is 58.45%. When we cross over to Fort Portal City, Leader Frank has 0 votes, which is 0%, of course. Kasivanti has 1, which is 0.22%. Robert Chagulanyi has 123, which is 26.68%. Mariz has 1. Mugisha Muntu has 13, which is 2.82%. Nyagwa has 2. Then Nandara has 9. and your Kakutam 7 has 312, which is 67.68%. When we look at Kalungu, Buria has 2, Kasimanti has 7, Chaplan has 843, Manis has 1, Mugisha has 1, Munyagwa has 4, then Nanda Mafabi 2, Yoweri 7 has 533, which is 38.26%. Then from Leah City, Bulida has 13, which is 0.68%. Kasimanti has 10, which is 0.46%. Chaplain has 387, which is 17.83%. Maris has 10. Mugisha Muntu has 14. Mnyagwa has 4. Nandal has 24. And Yorin 7 has 1,708, a representation of 78.71%. And then from Manaka district, Bulida has 6, Kasibati has 6, Shaburan has 117, which is 6.41%, apparently. And then Mabilis has 2, Mugisha Muntu 0, Mnyagwa 3, Nanda 296, which is 16.21%, and Yoren 7 has 1,396. Then from Namayigo, Bulida has 11, Kasirati has 2, Shaburan has 1,182, which is 49.46%. Mabilizi has 3, Bishamut has 5 votes, Munyagwa has 22 votes, Ananda has 20, and Yorin 7 has 1,145, which is 47.91%. And lastly, from the last night's results, is Shema district, which is 5, and then when you look at Shema district, Bulida has 5 votes, Kasimanti has 1 vote, Chagulanyi has 176, which is 11.55%, Malizi has 1 vote, Mugisha Muntu has 47, Nyagwa has 5, Nanda Mafabi 7, and Yoren 7 has 1,282 votes.
Okay. Thank you so much, JB. We shall get back to you, especially when the portal is updated, because we would like to know the percentage per district as per the second provisional results. Otherwise, thank you so much and good morning. We are continuing with the ballot 2026, giving you updates. Of course, JB has broken down these for us, and of course, we have not yet had any declarations from the returning officers. But of course, when we get to the parliamentary elections, of course, results are still arriving at Kololo Independence Grounds, where the Kampala District Tally Center is. Remember, Kampala has 5 divisions, and each division has a returning officer. But now we have a district tally center, as it is in the other districts. Of course, like I said, that every district has a tally center. So the Kampala District Tally Center is at Kololo, and of course, all of the results are arriving at Kololo. And of course, very soon we shall update you on what exactly is happening there. And still, soon we are going to cross to Masindi and see what is happening in Masindi with Joel giving us updates on what we last talked to Joel last night when the tallying was about to begin. Of course, we want to see how far they have gone. But of course, news coming from Ginger. Of course, we have a tight race between Dr. Batua and of course who is the incumbent and of course Balieku Moses, who is a former MP of that same constituency. And now for them the race is still tight, but of course we wait for the returning officer to give us what who the winner is. Of course, Ginger is another spotlight. Of course, we await to hear what is happening there. Now, we want to join, first, to get to Joel and get a breakdown of what is in Masindi currently. Joel, good morning to you. Of course, we are still connecting to Joel to hear from him to tell us what the situation is like in, of course, in Masindi. But meanwhile, the Justice Simon Byabakama has told us that the next provisional results will be read out at 2 p.m. Now, Joel, good morning to you, Sebo.
Good morning, and we really want to appreciate for the work done so far. So good as Church of Uganda Family TV. Every corner you're moving around Masindi and everywhere. Listeners even managed to get their own to extend the audio from the other section to listen. Not only that, those who have got space to watch through, they are really watching on different sectors. But I want to assure you, Masindi is so far so good, despite the fact that we had to walk different places to get for you the clearest footage at night. Was almost, by the time we went off air, that was around past midnight. We had to move back in some deep areas, and there was a lot of that. But we tried to manage by God's grace. And now we are here. We left at the intelligence center. Some of us reached from the villages where we had gone. We had to manage to reach here too. And we are really, I can really tell you, everything is so far so good. Unfortunately, some of the projected winners are also here seated, and the Electoral Commission EC boss of Masindi here, the returning officer Kakairi Gastafa, says, let's first deal with the president's issues, then we shall get back to the members of parliament. Just like it has been a reverse than how it was in the previous elections. Okay. A number of people are outside. There are almost 6 roadblocks to reach the new home of the EC, that is in Kijungu right now, because you have to go through the first. They will not tell you anything. You reach the second roadblock. They will check whether you have any gadget that is not meant to enter there. Then after that, you will reach a certain point, and then you will have to be questioned if your name is on list. I can tell you it's only 132 people who are allowed, including the candidates who are allowed at the EC, including the journalists, including the observers. Masindi is one of the tight things. Okay. The projected winners so far, Honorable Ali Gizu Ronald still is on high gears. Because if you can see on the tally board, there's a lot of projection right now that he is likely to be given a point or be announced as the winner for ruling constituency. And the other alternate, that's the accountant Julius CPM Mugisa. And I've seen Mugisa Julius. He might be likely to come as the second runner, as the runner-up. Then Masini's budget. The FUFA delegate that has been Rogers Yamukama Brady is still leading highly after winning so far. Projecting, that's not giving we are not declaring the results as Uganda Family, but we're giving you what we can see right now on board. Rogers Yamukama is so far on, making it serious here. And he's attacking seeing a job the incumbent right now, the FDC flag bearer, and also the deputy chairperson, the deputy president of FDC in the whole country. And if you go to Wujende, Kiza Kenneth Nyendo, some of them, they called him Kyoma Kyom Japan in the local names here. And of course, this one is still leading the others. But everything, so far so good. We're just waiting, that's telling us by round 2 or one, they will be giving us, they will be declaring the results. But we're just all like that. Maybe on the other hand, the women members of parliament, Honorable Flores Asimwe, that one is a sure win, because if you can see the margin she's still leading in, it's indeed one of those expected. And the doctor, as an old man, everyone had a lot of support, and the NRM flag bearer, she's really taking. But as Church of Uganda Family TV, we're here to give you the latest updates, and we shall be giving you the best. And I want to send greetings to the people down there who are at the city clock of Masindi, Muswahili, and then the side of the Equity banker, Mr. Frank. Thank you so much for giving people an opportunity to watch us live here from different corners, from different angles, back to the studio, the Ballot 2026.
Thank you so much, Joel. And of course, Joel, we shall get back to you later to give us more updates in Masindi as results continue to arrive. Thank you so much once again. And of course, we thank all the people in Masindi that are watching us. Thank you so much for loving Church of Uganda Family TV. And now, of course, coming back to where we are now, we are going to take a short commercial break. When we come back, we are going, of course, to give you more updates that have come through or are still coming through, and of course a detailed breakdown of how things are currently with the leaders you are asking for. I see people are asking for a number of people. Someone is asking for Kamuli. We shall of course come back with Kamuli. We shall come with Shema. We shall give you updates on Masaka, especially those that we have. We shall also take a lens through Nakaseke, and of course just that you didn't specify which Nakaseke you want, but of course anyway it is Nakaseke South, because Nakaseke North of course the contestant of course is unopposed. And we also have the Abakama. We have Ndora West. Okay, we shall come to you, Isaiah, and then we have who? We have I see David Fabian, you want Nakaseke. Yeah, we are going to make sure that we look through to see how we can give you all of these updates. We are taking a short commercial break. We shall be back.
That your peace will continue to reign over us, and that your joy will fill us and keep us safe. We give you back all the praise, all the glory, and all the honor. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Thank you very much, Susan. You may take your seats, Commission. Good morning, Uganda. Good morning, everybody who is here in the Tare Center, the National Tare Center. And good morning to all Ugandans that are watching this occasion, this function, live from the National Tare Center for Presidential Elections of 2026, here at the EC ground, the Electoral Commission grounds in Rubowa, Rweza, in Makinde Sabagabo. Lord Chairperson of the Electoral Commission, the Deputy Chairperson of the Electoral Commission, members of the Commission, the Acting Secretary, representatives of presidential candidates in this presidential election, representatives of political parties, heads of delegations of missions that are observing this election, members of the civil society that are accredited at this National Tare Center, all observers, both local and domestic and international, members of the press, staff of the commission, and everybody that is watching, good morning and welcome to today. We are here at the National Tare Center for the Presidential Elections of 2026, and we are now in the hands of the Commission, and I will take this pleasure. I will take this pleasure to welcome you all and to hand over to the chairperson of the Electoral Commission, Justice Byabakama Mugenyi Simon, to take us forward in today's program. Lord Chair, you're welcome.
Thank you, members of the Commission, Your Excellencies, ambassadors, high commissioners present, and heads of missions, representatives of political parties, stroke presidential candidates, our distinguished guests, international, local observers, media, and all invited guests. Good morning. We are gathered here today to once again update you and the nation at large on the results of the presidential elections that we have received so far at this tally center. The total number of registered voters on the National Voters Register is 21,649,067. Total number of polling stations, 50,739. The total number of stations from which we have received results so far is 22,758, representing 44.85% of the total number of polling stations. These are the results so far per candidate. Bulira Frank Kavinga, 23,267, representing 0.45% of the valid votes cast. Kasirante Robert, 15,929, representing 0.31% of the total votes cast. Jagulanyi Centum Robert, 1,312,047, represent 1,312,047,000, representing 19.85% of the total votes cast. Maveriz Joseph, 10,910, representing 0.21% of the total votes cast. Mugisha Gregory Muntu Oyera, 29,504, representing 0.57% of the total votes cast, total valid votes cast. Munyagwa Mubarak Serunga, 14,742, representing 0.28% of the valid votes cast. Nandala Mafabi James Nathan, 108,301, representing 2.08% of the total votes cast. Yoweri Tuhaburwa Kaguta Museveni, 960,438, representing 76.25% of the total valid votes cast. Valid votes in total so far 5,194,338. Invalid votes so far 129,441, representing 2.43% of the total votes cast. Total votes 5,323,779, representing 24.59% of the registered voters on the National Voters Register. Spoiled votes 17,281. That is the position currently. Now, as we indicated in our opening remarks yesterday, we shall be releasing these results at regular intervals. And therefore, our next session will be at 2 p.m. See you then.
Well, of course, welcome back from that. We had to relay that so that you hear it very well. Naye, essaawa eno ngenda kusooka ate nkuzeeyo mu lulimi lwaffe Oluganda. Kati nno yessaawa tutemeeteme ebintu bino mu lulimi luli olwaffe Oluganda. Kale, weewaawo atugenda kutandika n'ebyo omulamuzi Simon Byabakama byatunyonnyodde oba oliawo n'ebyo bye twafunye obwedda. Jjukira nti edda olunaku lwa jjo ekiro nga zikunukiriza okuwera ssaawa 5 omulamuzi Byabakama yazze n'atuwa ebyo bye babadde baakafunawo ebyavudde mu bitundu ebirondebwamu 133 era nga okusinziira ku kyetutegeddeko nti bino byavudde mu district zino wammanga byavudde mu Abimu, mu Arua City, mu Bukwo, mu Butaleja, mu Fort Portal City, mu Kanungu, mu Lira City, Manafa, Namayingo ne Shema. Naye kino tekitegeeza nti byonna byaweddeyo ebya district ezo nedda. Wano tutunulira polling station nga we ziri. Y'ensonga lwaki wakomye watugambye nti kaakati bino ebipya ate byatuwadde bivudde mu polling station ate ezikunukiriza ddala okuwera polling station emitwalo 2. Ajjukira nti polling station zonna awamu zisukka mu mitwalo 5. So nga ate n'omuwendo gw'abantu abalonda ababali mu register ey'akakiiko k'ebyokulonda abasukka mu bukadde 21. Kale mu ebyo byava okusoma Frank Buriira ng'ono yakwatidde ekibiina kya Revolutionary People's Party bendera ku ky'obukulembeze bw'eggwanga. Okuva mu ebyo omulamuzi Byabakama byasomye abadde alina obululu emitwalo 2,327 bwe bululu era nga bwe butundutundu 45 era Mugisha Muntu Geno ono nga yakwatidde ekibiina kya Alliance for National Transformation oba kye tuyita ANT Bendera ono nga alina obululu yakafunawo obululu okusinziira ku ebyo ebyakatuuka kakiiko k'ebyokulonda yakafunawo obululu emitwalo 29 mu 5 wetudda ku Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu ono nga yakwatidde ekibiina kya NUP Bendera abadde yakafunawo obululu akakadde kamu mu emitwalo 3 mu kamu n'247 oyo ye Kyagulanyi ate nga ye Yoweri Kaguta Museveni ono nga yakwatidde ekibiina kya NRM Bendera ye abadde yakafunawo obululu obukadde 3 mu emitwalo 9 mu 6 mu 438 era ng'obwe butundutundu 7 mu 6 era Robert Kasibante ono nga yakwatidde National Peasants Party Bendera ye alina abadde yakafuna obululu omutwalo gumu mu 15,929 era ng'obwe butundutundu 3 ate ye Nathan Nandala Mafabi Honorable nga yakwatidde ekibiina kya FDC Bendera yakafunawo obululu omutwalo gumu yakafuna obululu emitwalo 18 mu 10 musonyo katono emitwalo 18 mu 3 ate nga ye Baraka Munyagwa mugati gwa Bata ono nga yakwatidde ekibiina kya Common Man's Party Bendera ye yakafunawo obululu omutwalo gumu 1472 ate ne tusembyayo Mabirizi Joseph ono nga wa Conservative Party yabadde yakafunawo obululu omutwalo gumu mu 710 kale bwebwo obululu nga we buyimiridde omuwendo gw'obululu buno bwonna ng'obugasse wamu bwonna obululu obulamu bwe baakabalako buli obukadde 5 mu kamu obukadde 5 mu emitwalo 19 mu 403 musonyo katono obukadde 5 mu emitwalo 19 mu 1438 bwebwo obululu obulamu obwakabalibwa so nga ate obululu obubalibwa ng'obufudde bwo buli omutwalo gumu omutwalo gumu mu 2841 era nga kino kikolera ddala omugatte gwa bukadde 5 mu emitwalo 32 mu 1379 bwebwo obululu obwakabalibwawo era nga gye tunaggwera tujja kumanya omuwendo ki naye nga yetuba nga tunuulidde abalonzi n'obululu obwakabalibwawo kitegeeza nti wakyaliwo olugendo era okusinziira ku ssentebe w'akakiiko k'ebyokulonda wano no tuli ku butundutundu 24 era awo wetuli kale yatusuubizza nti ku ssaawa 8 agenda kudda atuwe ate ebyo ebivudde mu bifo ebyenjawulo bye yakafunawo ebirala mpozzi okugenda ku bannaffe wano ku mukutu abatusabye okubabuulira ku butya ebifo bye baagala okumanya bwe biyimiridde ngenda kukutemeratemeramu naye nga wenakugambye nti ffe kye tukuwaano omuzungu akiyita provisional results si kyekyenkomeredde era ffe tukkirizibwa kulangirira era si buvunaanyizibwa bwaffe kale nno kyova olaba ffe tukugamba embeera nga bweri okusinziira nga bwe biri gye babalira obululu naye nga ebyenkomeredde returning officer yalina obbirangirira wetugendako mu mukono embiranye ey'amaanyi mu mukono south eri wakati w'omubaka wa palamenti aliyo owekitiibwa Kayondo wamu ne Musaayi Muto Maseruka ng'era abo balyanda kulyanda mu bifo ebimu naasinga oli naasinga ne beeyisa bwe batyo kale awe bayimiridde bwe batyo so nga ate mu mukono north nayo baliryanda kulyanda wakati waliyo Honorable Mulima Mayuni ne gwe yajjayo yaliko minisita w'amazzi, yaliko ne minisita w'abavubuka Honorable Kibuule, era abo nabo baliryanda kulyanda beetwala. Kale returning officer nga oluvannyuma nga byonna biwedde ajja tubuulira butya bwe bayimiridde, naye ng'ate we tuddako Emawogola embiranye ey'amaanyi eri wakati wa munna NUP Goleti Namugga ne munna NRM Dezi, era nga bano beetwala mu bifo ebimu Dezi ayita n'ayisa ku Namugga ne mu bifo ebirala Namugga n'ayisa, bwe batyo bwe bali essaawa eno. Tulinda returning officer atubuulire ebyenkomeredde ku kifo kino eky'Amawogola County, era ng'ate we tudda ne mu Mawokota North. Mu Mawokota nayo embeera teyawukana nnyo okusingira ddala wakati w'abantu babiri, newankubadde waliwo bangi abeesimbyewo, naye embiranye ey'amaanyi eri wakati w'abantu babiri nga kwe kuli Oweekitiibwa Amelia Kyambadde, ono nga yaliko minisita w'ebyobusuubuzi era ng'abadde muwabuzi wa mukulembeze wa ggwanga, awamu n'omuyimbi Hilary Kiyagga Innocent, abasinga gwe bayita Hildaman. Abo nabo baliryanda kulyanda, era tulinda returning officer atubuulire ate oba oliawo embeera nga bw'enaaba eri mu kifo ekyo. Naye mpozi era okuzzaayo emukono eno we tutuuka mu Nakifuma. Mu Nakifuma eno waliyo kuliko ababaka basatu, babiri nga omubaka Simbwa yaliyooko mu Nakifuma n'avaayo, omubaka Kiwanuka n'addayo. Naye ng'essaawa eno omubaka Kiwanuka yali wa NUP kati ali ku kadi ya DF, omubaka Simbwa wa NRM, era nga owa NUP aliyo essaawa eno ye Kiwanuka Sulaiman, ng'amawulire agava emukono galaga nti abadde akyasukkulumyeko ku banne katono, naye ng'ate bonna batambulira wamu okusingira ddala ennyo Simbwa owa NRM ne Sulaiman. Ate we tudde eri mu Mukono municipality, kino nakyo kifo kirala nnyo, era mu Mukono municipality omubaka Betty Bakireke Nambooze awamu n'ababaka abalala bali mu nsiike nabo, okuli omubaka owa PFF, waliyo omubaka owa DF, waliyo yaliyo abadde omubaka omukyala akiikirira Mukono Hanifa, naye ali ku kifo kino ekya municipality, ate n'abadde chairman wa district y'e Mukono Reverend Peter Bakaluba, naye ali ku kifo kino kyekimu, ate waliyo n'owa NRM Nakavubu. Kale bano bonna naye nga okusinziira ku biriyo biraga nti omubaka Nambooze abadde akyasukkulumyemuuko ku banne, weewaawo nga si bye ebyenkomeredde, era ebyenkomeredde tujja bikuwa wetutanulako ku bigere ne tugenda mu Mawokota South. Amawokota South eno waliyo Susan Nakawuki Nsambu owa kibiina kya NRM, era ng'ono yakyali ebya banne, okuli munna NUP gwe bayita Sejjemba, wamu n'owa FDC gwe bayita Nsibambi, ng'oyo nno yaliyo kati, saako neyeesimbyewo ku bwa Namunigina John Bosco. Kale eyo nayo bwe bityo ebiri. Mu Mpigi omubaka omukyala Teddy Nambooze nga yaliyo abadde akyasukkulumyeko ku banne okusinziira ku bibadde byakatuuka, so nga ate Mityana County North eno essaawa eno Oweekitiibwa Nsegumire Muhammad Kibedi yaliyo, so nga ne NUP erinayo Tom Musange n'abalala ababaka, okuli ne DF naye erinayo omwami omulala gwe bayita Tom Sangeera, naye nga kiraga nti Kibedi ono wa NRM abadde akyalina enkizo y'amaanyi ku banne. Mpozi era gwe omulabi waffe twongera okujjukiza nti oba oliawo wabadde tutegedde nti waliwo ebifo bibiri constituency bbiri okulonda gye kutaabaddewo eggulo nga akakiiko k'ebyokulonda kasazeewo okulonda kuyimirizibwe ku bifo eby'ababaka abakiikirira ebifo ebyo. N'olwekyo mu constituency zino okuli Ibanda municipality ne Kibanda North bano balonze omukulembeze w'eggwanga n'omukiise wa district naye tebalonze mukiise akiikirira ab'Ibanda municipality tebalonze mubaka abakiikira lwa nsonga omu ku beesimbyewo olwalwa by'akakonge yeewandiisa nga akozesa kabonero ka muzindaalo era ke kabonero Electoral Commission ke yamuwa wabula ate obukonge bwagenze okujja ng'aliko kabonero ka mupiira era n'agamba weyeekubidde endulu mu kakiiko k'ebyokulonda okulonda ku kifo ekyo ne kuyimirizibwa bunnambiro so ng'ate eri mu Kibanda North ye ekyabaddewo nti omu ku beesimbyewo kigambibwa nti teyalabikidde ku kakonge ekyo nakyo mu mateeka akakiiko k'ebyokulonda kakkirizibwa okuyimiriza mbagirawo okulonda nga bwe kubeera kuli okutuuka nga bamaze okutereeza ensonga ezo nga bwe ziri. Kale okubala obuluku kyagenda mu maaso emubende eyo mu Buwekula County Kakooza Joseph ow'ekibiina ki NRM abadde akyalina enkizo y'amaanyi ku banne so ng'ate ne mu Kasambya County Honorable David Kabanda ono naye nga wa NRM naye abadde akyasukkulumye ku gwavuganya naye so ng'ate emubende municipality omukyala Naabawanuka Sumaiya naye abadde akyakizeeko ku banne so ng'ate mu Buwekula South county eno nno Tumwesigye Fred ono nga wa Bwannamunigina yagwa nadda ku Bwannamunigina abadde akyakize ku banne so ng'ate ku kifo eky'omukyala owa Mubende Nakazibwe Hope Grania ono nga wa kibiina ki NRM naye abadde akyakize ku banne. Kale byebyo bye tusobola okuwa essaawa eno waliwo anayagala Ssembabule Essembabule tujja mmuleeta tofaayo Bukedde ya county naye tujja mmuleeta Mbarara naye tujja mmuleeta bonna tujja boogerako nkusuubiza nti we tunaaviira wano bonna ojja kuba otegedde nga bwe bakoze ojja kuba otegedde ani awangudde ani alangiriddwa ani gwe batalangiridde ate nno oluvannyuma tugende ate mu birala naye nga mu kaseera kano tugenda kuwummulamu tujja kudda ku ssaawa 5 ate tulabe ebyo ebyabaddewo olunaku lwa jjo katusooke tukuyiseemu mu ebyo ebyabaddewo olunaku lwa jjo ng'abantu balonda mu kaseera kano ng'abantu balonda n'ebyabaddewo n'abakulembeze ab'enjawulo abalonze ne bye bayogedde n'oluvannyuma tujja kudda n'ebyo ebinaaba bituusiddwako bye tunaaba tutuuseeko ne bye tunaaba tusobodde okufuna okuviira ddala mu kakiiko k'ebyokulonda. Still continuing with us, we are delighted that you're following us, and of course we have more updates for you now. Earlier, our reporter John Baptiste Ahumuza again broken down for us the results and how they were, but we want to get back to him so that he gives us the latest update, especially on the regional performance of the various presidential candidates. JB, over to you in Reza Lubowa.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mumuza, and good morning once again, view of Church of Uganda Family TV. And of course, I'm here to give you an update according to how these regions have performed as of last night. And of course, the results we are reading to you were uploaded at around at 11:46 last night by the Electoral Commission. And according to the Electoral Commission portal, when we look at Karamoja sub-region, the voter turnout. No?
Yes, JB, we are getting you.
When we look at Karamoja region, the number of registered voters are standing at 424,335. And the turnout is 646 as of last night. Then the number of valid votes is 619. And reporting, when you look at the number of polling stations, total number of polling stations is 1,199. And the results have so far been received from 4 polling stations only. And when we look at Lambo region, the total number of registered votes stands at 1,221,178. Then the turnout is 2,224. The valid votes is 2,170. The total number of polling stations stands at 2,882. But out of the 2,882 polling stations, only 11 polling stations have sent their results as of last night. Okay. Then when we proceed to Acholi sub-region or Acholi region, the total number of registered votes stands at 849,744. Although the turnout is still 0, then the valid votes 0, and when we look at the reporting, the total number of polling stations is 2,084. However, no polling station has yet sent the results in. When we look at West Nile region, the total number of registered votes is 1,216,353. Then the voter turnout is 10,899. The number of valid votes is 10,420. The total number of polling stations is 2,937. However, out of the 2,937 polling stations, only 65 polling stations have sent in their results. When we proceed to Magi region, Magi has a total number of registered votes of 17,176,168. The turnout of voters is still 0. The valid votes is 0. The total polling stations are 425. Received the polling station 0, meaning in Magi region, no polling station has yet sent in results to the EC according to the EC portal. When we proceed to Bunyoro sub-region or Bunyoro region, we are seeing a total number of registered votes as being 1 million. The total number of registered votes is 1,204,887, and the vote turnout is still 0. The total number of valid votes is still 0. The total polling stations are 2,929, and no polling station has yet sent in results according to the EC portal. When we proceed to Toro region, the total number of registered votes stands at 933,047 total voters registered. The number of the vote turnout apparently is still at 469. Then the valid votes is still 461. Then the total number of polling stations is 2,371. Only 3 polling stations have sent in their results. When we proceed to Wenzori's region, the total number of registered votes is 607,499. The turnout is still 0. The valid votes is 0. Total polling stations 1,549. No polling station has yet sent in its results. In Kigezi region, the total registered number of voters is 888,191. And turnout is still 0, valid votes is 0. The total polling stations are 2,360. No polling station has yet sent in results. When we proceed to Ankole region, the total registered voters is 1,831,753. The turnout is still 1,572. Valid votes 1,524. Then the total polling stations, there are 4,781. Those that have yet sent in their results are only 8 in Ankole region. And when we proceed to Uganda region, Uganda currently is standing at 5,294,209 total registered voters, and the turnout is still
JB. Okay, so we have lost JB, but nevertheless, we continue. Now, earlier, I told you that, of course, the returning officer of Wakiso district declared the National Resistance Movement candidate Moses Mayanja as the MP-elect for Busiro North after garnering, of course, votes that were amounting to 19,319, and of course he beat 10 candidates, including the closest contender from the NUP, and that was Ronald Semaganda, who got 14,667, and of course John Bosco Tebandeke got 1,001 votes. Of course Farouk Nsubuga, who was independent, got 470 votes. Emmanuel Sentongo got 460 votes. Charles Mugisha from the Democratic Front got 288 votes. Ashraf Sechkubo, independent, got 178 votes. Whereas Damiano Kato, who was also independent, got 263 votes. Hussein Bukenya, who was independent, also got 1,019 votes. And of course, got 191 votes. Whereas Swai Bukagwa, who was the flag bearer of Jema, got 179 votes. And then Sewungu Moses, who was the PFA flag bearer, got 112 votes. Now, still the returning officer of Kanungu district has declared Dr. Chris Bariomunsi the winner of the Kinkizi East MP seat, with votes amounting to 23,830 votes. And of course, he has defeated his closest rival, Engineer Sam Kajojo Alinaitwe, who got 20,739 votes. And of course, the other candidates include Kalungi Tukahira, who got 731 votes. We have Godfrey Akampa, who got 90 votes. And of course, our guy here, of course, a person who was part of us for some time, Mark Arans Tabaruka, who was also contesting for the same seat. Of course, he managed to garner 67 votes. And of course, Bendicto Nwamanya with 65 votes, and Alex Biamukama and Agre Naturinda both got 56 votes. Well, we got a network interference, and JB was unable to break down the entire regional performance with us, but JB is back online. JB, can you hear us now?
Oh, we were disrupted by internet, so we are still on Uganda sub-region.
Yes, please.
When we look at the provision results from Uganda region, Uganda has a total registered number of voters equaling to 5,294,209, and the turnout apparently is still 1,425, and the total number of valid votes are still 1,393. When we look at the reporting, Uganda region alone has a total polling stations equaling to 11,438. And out of all these polling stations, only 8 polling stations had sent in their results to the Electoral Commission. And when we proceed to Kampala City region has a total number of registered votes equaling to 1,576,856. Though the turnout is still 0, valid votes 0, total polling stations 2,705, received polling stations 0, meaning Kampala City region hasn't sent in results. When we proceed to Busoga region has a registered total number of voters equaling to 2,151,197, and the turnout is still 2,435. Valid votes are 2,390. Total polling stations, Busoga has 5,097 polling stations, though only 13 polling stations have sent in their results as of now. And in Bukedi region, Bukedi has a total number of registered votes equaling to 1,151,037. And the turnout is still 1,581. The valid votes are still 1,550. The total polling stations are 2,673. Only 7 polling stations have reported or sent in their results to the EC. In Bugisu sub-region, Bugisu region, there are 843,975 total registered voters, and the turnout is still 1,875. Valid votes 1,826, and the total polling stations are 2,217. Only 11 polling stations have sent in results from the 2,217 polling stations as of now. When we cross over Sebeli region has 188,442 total registered voters, and the turnout as of last night is still 719. Valid votes are 696. Their total polling stations are 529, and only 3 polling stations have sent in their results. In Teso region, Teso has 1,889,884. total registered voters, 0 turnout, 0 valid votes, and the polling stations are 2,552. No polling station has yet sent in results. Our viewer of Church of Uganda Family TV, I can assure you that those are the current updates we have according to the EC, and when the portal of the Electoral Commission is updated, we'll be providing to you these updates because we are on the ground and we are ready to provide to you these results at any time.
Well, thank you so much, JB. Before you go, I would request that you try to break down these results in Uganda briefly. We might not get into the details you've given us, but at least briefly for our community that is following in Uganda.
How the presidents are performing in Uganda?
Yes, I mean, you can break down the performance per region briefly in Uganda. Abantu baffe abagoberera mu lulimi Oluganda nabo tuleme baleka bweru.
Abalunzi ab'Oluganda. Hello.
Yejjebbi tukuwulira ssebo abantu baffe bamenyeremenyere ku nsonga zino mu bumpimpi mu lulimi Oluganda nabo basobole okugoberera obulungi ebigenda mu maaso.
Okay, omulagi waffe omulungi owa TV results zetuyinako ssaawa zino tetunnaba isi tennaba kuapudeetinga olw'okuteekayo results zebasobye ku makya kuno naye results zetulina pa region zetugenda okuba nga tubasomera kati zabadde za kiro, so tugenda kuba nga tukulaga engeri region zino gye zironzeemu essaawa zino. Kati bwe tutandikira mu Karamoja region oba ebendobendo ly'e Karamoja tulaba nti ennamba y'abalonzi eri 24,335 abavuddeyo okulonda babadde 646 obululu obufudde bubadde obuyiseewo nga bulamu bubadde 619. bwe tutunuulira ebifo ebironderwamu mu Karamoja biwera 1,199 naye ku zino polling stations zino oba ku bifo bino 1,199 ebifo bina byokka ebyakasindika results zaabyo. Kati bwe tweyongerayo mu Lango sub-region oba ebendobendo ly'e-Lango omuwendo gw'abalonzi guli akakadde kamu mu 22,178 naye abantu abakavaayo okulonda kusinziira ku results zetwakafuna nti bali 2,200 bali 12,224 then obululu obulamu buli 2,117 ebifo ebironderwamu biri 2,882 era ebifo 11 byokka bye byakaweereza results zaabwe. Kati bwe tweyongerayo wano mu Bunyoro tweyongerayo wano mu Lango Acholi region. Acholi omuwendo gw'abalonzi guli 1,000
JB oba okyaliko?
No.
JB tukuwulira ssebo. kale weewaawo ndowooza network etutemaye ajebbi katugira tumwerekereza naye nga kyabadde agezaako okukola abadde atutemeratemera ensonga nga bwe ziri era nga bwe ziyimiridde okusinziira ku ebyo akakiiko k'ebyokulonda bye kaafulumiza olunaku lwa jjo okusinziira nga we biyimiridde mu mabendobendo ag'enjawulo era wetwogerera kati akakiiko k'ebyokulonda kanaatera obaolyawo okututegeeza ku butya bye batusomedde emabegako bwe biri ne bwe bibadde mu bendobendo er'enjawulo naye mpozi abantu bangi baagala okumanya ekiri wakati wa Muwanga Kivumbi ne Elias Mukiibi naye tukyalinda akakiiko k'ebyokulonda okutuwa ebyenkomeredde ku bantu bano ababiri n'oluvannyuma tujja bategeeza ani gwe balangiridde nga omuwanguzi era kyekimu ne ku kifo ekya Lydia Mirembe awamu ne Hajjati Aisha Kabanda tulinda akakiiko k'ebyokulonda returning officer owa Butambala atubuulire ani anaabawangudde ku kifo ekyo era ne mu mawokota kyekimu tulinda returning officer owa Mpigi atubuulire ku butya akwani anaabawangudde mu kifo ekyo kale tubeere bakkakkamu kyekimu ne Ssembabule tetulina byankomeredde eby'Essembabule n'eby'e Masaka wabula tukyalinda akakiiko k'ebyokulonda ak'e Masaka n'ak'e Ssembabule katuwa ebyenkomeredde n'oluvannyuma tujja kuba tubibawa naye nga nnabagambye we byabadde bikyali nti eri abantu abamu nga bo lyanda kulyanda kati nga mu mawogola olaba lyanda kulyanda kyekimu ne General Shande ebiriwo biraga nti abadde akyasukulumyemuuko ku munne we bavuganya Fidel Sekikubo era nga ye mubaka aliyo essaawa eno kale bwe bityo bwe biri naye tujja bawa ebyenkomeredde nga bifulumye naye mpozi Dr. Chris Balyomunsi ono nno nga ye minisita owa tekinologiya ono bamulangiridde ng'omuwanguzi owa Kinkizi East era awangulidde ku bululu emitwalo 23,803 nga munne wabadde nnyo kumbiranye mu kalulu kano engineer Sam Akajojo alinayitwe ono afunye obululu emitwalo 2,739 ate abalala badde bavuganya mulimu Ruth Kalungi tukahirwa Ruth Kalungi ono ye afunye obululu 731 ate Godfrey Akampa onafunye obululu 9 oba yafunye obululu 9 ate munna PFF ngono nno munnaffe yaliko munnaffe wano nga tukola naye Mark Arans Tabaruka ye yafunyewo obululu 67 so nga ate Benedicton Wamanya ono ye yafunyewo obululu 65 kale nga Agre Naturinda ye yafunye obululu 56 ebyo bye biva mu Kanungu West tukyalinda ekifo ekyomukyala ekyowe Kanungu kubanga waliwo abali kumbiranye babiri omukyala akutte flaga ya NRM saako n'oyo yagwa mu kamyufu nadda ku bwannamunigina Esther Majambere kale tulinda okulaba ani akakiiko k'ebyokulonda gwe kanaalangirira ng'omuwanguzi naye nga yo mu Busiro North Moses Mayanja ow'ekibiina ekya NRM yawangudde ne Dr. Chris Balyomunsi naye wa NRM kati wetukwata bali ababaka 17 NRM beina abayitamu nga tebavuganyiziddwa n'ogattako ne bana ababiri abakalangirirwa abo bameka abolredde NRM ina abaka 19 mu palamenti eye12 kale weewaawo akatuwumulemu tumye ku lwendo lw'amazzi n'oluvannyuma tujja kudda ne updates endala okyalaba ballot 2026 wano ku Church of Uganda Family TV era weekuumire wano wokka tujja kuba tukuwamule ago agakakasiddwa ffe tetuteebereza byonna bye tukuwa bibeera bikakasiddwa era yensonga kyekitufuula ab'enjawulo era ab'enkizo mu balala bonna kale tuwumulamu katono tugenda kukomawo.
This is Church of Uganda Family TV, enriching lives.
Declaration of results, Kasambia Community Polling Station. Rira Franka 0, Kaswante Robert 0, Chabrani Sentam Robert 0, Mavis Joseph 0, Mugisha Grigore Muntu 0, Munyagwa Mbarak 0, Nandara Mafavi 0, Yoweri Tuharua Kaguta 7, 293. Declaration of results, presidential elections, Mtus Town Council Headquarters Polling Station, Burira Frank 0, Kaswante Robert 0, Chagulanyi Sentam Robert 55, Maviris Joseph 0, Mugisha Grigore Muntu 0, Munyagwa Mbaraka 0, Nandara Mafavi 0, Yoweri Tuharua Kaguta 7, 142. Declaration of results, polling station Chigando New Hope Primary School, Burira Franka 0, Kaswante Robert 0, Chagulanyi Sentam 17, Maviris Joseph 0, Mugisha Muntu 0, Munyagwa Mbaraka 0, Nandara Mafavi 0, Yoweri Tuharua Kaguta 7, 379. Declaration of results, St. Elizabeth Health Center 3, 8 Nabu, Burira Franka 0, Kaswante Robert 1, Chagulanyi Sentam 64, Mugisha Grigore Muntu 1, Maviris Joseph 0, Munyagwa Mbaraka 0, Nandara Mafavi 0, Yoweri Tuharua Kaguta 7, 142. Declaration of results, Canon Church of Uganda Primary School, Burira Franka 0, Kaswante 0, Chagulanyi 36, Maveri 0, Mugisha Muntu 3, Munyagwa 0, Nandara Mafavi 0, Yoweri Museveni 450. That's the end of Mtusi Town Council.
Empagi.
Bana abajogajoga abakazi nga tebanjoga nze nga nkwera iwe ekikyo. Owuli.
As we promised that any official declaration, we shall come and give it to you here. Now, when we go to Nakasongola, Nakasongola was another hotspot. But of course, we want to congratulate our very own fellow journalist, Ivan Cheyune, has been declared the next MP of Nakasongola County constituency. Ivan Cheyune is prominently known as Zongulu. Yeah, so he is MP Nakasongola County. Congratulations, Ivan. But of course, Nakasongola Woman Member of Parliament has also been declared. And this one is Honorable Zawede. Yeah, Honorable Zawede. Congratulations, Honorable Zawede. When we get to Fort Portal, of course, Fort Portal North, we have Margaret Muhanga. She has been declared the winner. Congratulations, Honorable Margaret Muhanga. We also have Honorable Muhenda for Fort Portal Central. Congratulations, Honorable But of course, when we stretch our feet to Shema, Shema Kateshumbwa, hey, congratulations, Honorable Kateshumbwa. But of course, in Kodoli, that is, in Moyo district, woman member of parliament, Chandia Kodili wins the seat. Congratulations, Honorable. When we go to Maruzi County, of course, Peter Obong, congratulations, has been declared a winner. And of course, in Intungamo, we have Honorable Karuhanga. Congratulations, Honorable Karuhanga. And now in Chua East, we have Calvin Lukoya. Calvin Lukoya has been declared a winner for the parliamentary seat of Chua East. Congratulations, Honorable. And of course, Ameredens has been declared the next member of parliament of Kittigum municipality. Congratulations, Honorable. And of course, forgive my pronunciation, but Honorable Kajuenge Wilson has been declared the next MP of Nyabuhuzi constituency. Congratulations, Honorable. Now, of course, coming up from Masaka, it looks like Joan Namutawe, who is also the incumbent, is the next woman member of parliament of Masaka district. Now, this is not Masaka city, this is Masaka district. Remember, Masaka city is highly contested. And of course, news coming from Chotera, of course, Honorable Haruna Kasolo is in the lead currently. Of course, and then second in position is John Paul Mpalanyi, who is the incumbent, and on the NUP ticket. But of course, when we get to Kakuto County, where Honorable Geoffrey Lutaya is, he is still in the lead in Kakuto County. Now, when we get to Nakaseke South, of course, very many people are waiting to hear what is happening in Nakaseke South, where Honorable Lutamaguzi comes from. And of course, results show that Honorable Lutamaguzi is not doing well at all in that constituency. Of course, that is how things stand currently. But of course, when we get, like I told you earlier, in Kayunga, of course, there's a stiff competition between three candidates. We have, of course, NUP candidate Harriet Nakwede, who is leading. Of course, we have Aida Elios Nantaba, who is the incumbent woman member of parliament of Kayunga district, and of course, the NRM flag bearer. So the three are what the Muganda calls Lianda Kulianda. So it is a stiff competition, and of course, it is also the same thing that is happening in Kira municipality. Yeah, so the stiff competition is between the incumbent Semujunganda and the NUP flag bearer, Council George Musisi. So we await to hear the declaration from that side, and of course, the woman member of parliament for Mitiana, of course, when we get to Mitiana, like I said, Mitiana North, Nsegumire Chibedi is in the lead. Mitiana South, of course, and Mitiana municipality. Those are the three constituencies in Mitiana. We also have Mitiana woman member of parliament, where there is a stiff competition between the three, between Honorable Navakoba, the Minister of Lands, and then there is also Prose Mukisa, the NUP flag bearer, and the incumbent Joyce Bagala. And of course, the three are also in a very tight race, but we await to hear who will be declared the next woman member of parliament of Mitiana district. Of course, for now, those are the updates that we have from the various polling stations. Kampala is still so tight. Kampala is still so tight. Figures change every now and then. Someone leads in the next hour, it's someone else leading. So Kampala is still so tight. When we get to Kampala Central, the stiffest competition is between Honorable Hajat Misa Kamanda and the NUP Secretary General Lubongoya. But of course, in Machindie, of course, the competition, the stiff competition is between Zahara Ruirika and the incumbent Alan Sewanyana stiffly. But of course, there are others who follow. Then in Machindie East, of course, Ali Mulia Nyama is slightly leading the other 22 candidates. But of course, closest to him is the NRM flag bearer. And of course, when we get to Kawempe, that's the same thing, still as it was in the by-elections. The two elephants are in the game, that is Hajat Farida Nambi and Elias Nalukola. But of course, in Butambala, of course, Lydia Milembe is leading slightly for woman member of parliament of Butambala district, whereas Elias Muchibi is leading, of course, still leading, but of course, we await for the final declaration by the returning officer. However, Muchibi is still leading Chivumbi, Honorable Muhammad Mwanga Chivumbi, and yeah, that is what is happening in Butambala currently. And of course, when we stretch our legs to Sembabule, of course, the incumbent of Maogola North, of course, Maogola North is Sodo, but also Maogola County, that is Goeti Namuga. Things don't seem to be working out very well for her. That side, according to the provisional results, whereas the woman member of parliament still the NRM flag bearer is in a lead closely with Nina Kankunda, commonly known as Nina Rose. But also, when we get to Bukoman Simbi, of course, Veronica Nanyondo, who is the woman member of parliament, doesn't seem to be doing very good there. Of course, even Kayemba Solo from that side doesn't seem to be doing very good, of course, according to the provisional results from that side. So basically, that is what is happening currently in the ballot that you casted yesterday. But we urge you to remain calm, of course, and we wait for the final declarations. And when the Electoral Commission declares, we shall come here and tell you that this one has been declared the next MP of that particular constituency. So I believe I've tried to respond to the people, especially who wanted to know how their MPs are doing. So that is the flow currently, and that is what is at hand right now. Now, of course, we need to eat to the beat as we wait for more updates. And like we said, we are committed to giving you every update that you need here, of course, on the ballot 2026.
Movie Zone.
Raise up those that love you and seek you and trust you. Lord, we need a generation of believers.
Who is Hannah Scott?
I am created by God. He designed me. So I'm not a mistake.
I can see you winning. I can see you winning. Do it, Hannah. Do it, my daughter. Do it, Hannah. Fight!
Kengo Trading Center. Aine Godfrey Kaguta 115, Chigongo Francis 1, Chigonya Angela 0, Yaz Moses 0, Sema Tahidi 0, Mweba Jet 35, Vine John 1. Kasambia Community Grounds. Aine Godfrey Kaguta 49, Chigongo Francis 0, Chigonya Angela 0, Giaz Moses 0, Sema Tahidi 0, Mweva the Jet 30, Fine John 30. Fine John 0. VSC Catch Towers. Aine Godfrey Kaguta 155, Chigongo 1, Chigonya 1, Jazz 1, Sema Tahidi 0, Tumwewa the Jet 26, Fine John Ezra 1. Kawanda Church of Uganda Primary School. Aine Godfrey Kaguta 179, Chigongo Francis 0, Chigonya Angela 2, Giaz Moses 5, Sema Tahidi 0, Tumwewa the Jet John 72, Fine John 0. Kasonji Church of Uganda Primary School. Godfrey Kaguta 165, Chigongo Francis 3, Chigonya Angela 12, Giaz Moses 0, Sema Tahidi 0, Tumwewa the Jet 35, Fine Ezra 0. Chetume Playground. Aine Godfrey Kaguta 96, Chigongo Francis 1, Chigonya Angela 1, Giaz Moses 1, Sema Tahidi 0, Tumwewa the Jet 79, Fine John 1. Ushoborwa Chitawuzi. Aine Godfrey Kaguta 83, Francis Chigonya Angela 0, Chigonya Angela 2, Giaz Moses 0, Semata 0, Tumwewa the Jet 34, Fine John Ezra 0. Nakasagas Trading Center. Aine Godfrey Kaguta 108, Chigongo Francis 8, Chigonya Angela 2, Giaz 0, Giaz 1, Semata 0, Tumwewa the Jet 15, Fine John 0. Kasonji B Trading Center. Aine Godfrey Kaguta 129, Chigongo Francis 1, Chigonya Angela 4, Giaz Moses 0, Semata 0, Tumwewa the Jet 24, Fine John Ezra 1. Serinya Primary School. Aine Godfrey Kaguta 184, Chigongo Francis 1, Aine Godfrey Kaguta 184, Chigongo Francis 1, Chigonya Angela 3, Giaz 1, Semata 0, Tumwebaze Jet 83. Twine John Ezra 0. Makugwe Trading Center. Aine Godfrey Kakuta 144. Chigongo Francis 0. Chigonya 10. Chigonya 1. Chigonya 10. Riaz 1. Semataidi 0. Tumwebaze Jet 37. Twine John 0. Kabarasoke Community Grounds. Aine Godfrey Kaguta 41. Chigongo Francis 0. Chigonya Angela 0. Yaz Moses 0. Semataidi 0. Tumwebaze Jet 27. Twine John Ezra 0. Chukuma Dungu Catholic Church. Aine Godfrey Kakuta 78. Chigongo 0. Chigonya 0. Yaz 0. Semata 0. Tumwebaze Jet 70. Twine John 0. Kasozi Community Grounds. Aine Godfrey Kakuta 84. Chigongo 0. Chigonya 1. Yaz 0. Semata 0. Tumwebaze Jet 76. Twine John 0. Obutugu Chitawurizi. Aine Godfrey Kaguta 70. Chigongo 0. Chigonya 0. Ryaz 0. Semata 0. Tumwebaze Jet 38. Twine John 0. Rutunku B at Polytechnical Playground, Nabut Z. Aine Godfrey Kaguta 80. Chigongo 0. Chigonya 0. Yaz 0. Semata 0. Tumwebaze Jet 78. Twine John 0. Rutunku B at Polytechnical Playground, A to Nabuk. Aine Godfrey 66. Chigongo Francis 0. Chigonya Angela 0. Chigonya Angela 0. Yaz 0. Semata 0. Tumwebaze Jet 82. Twine John 0. Rutunku A at Community Grounds. Aine Godfrey Kaguta 70. Chigongo Francis 0. Chigonya 0. Yaz 0. Semata 0. Tumwebaze Jet 63. Twine John 0. Chartagisha Chitauris. Aine Godfrey Kaguta 44. Chigongo Francis 0. Chigonya Angela 0. Yaz Moses 0. Semata Idi 0. Tumwebaze Jet 32. Twine John Ezra 0. Nabinoga Primary School. Aine Godfrey Kakuta 87. Chigongo Francis 0. Chigonya 0. Yaz 1. Semata 0. Tumwebaze Jet 70. Tumwebaze John 0. Chamgoa Full Gospel Church. Aine Godfrey Kakuta 75. Chigongo 0. Chigonya 1. Gaz 6. Semata 0. Umewaze Jet 33. And Fine John 0.
Nakusenga Yesu wambona mumutima chenjo ya chompa dadi tonganya na kujula yana singira Kristu kale oya kujja kutale na kwambaze mbule sidina mwite yateka kuusa manyire wakola nekati vikole Ono Yesu talichuka Angaula wakati munyanja Atemao ekubo Ona kuma tabongota Teyebaka Kale katimwe abanswami mwe Zene Yesu twalokinga Taline kulira kakube mukufa Fecha forever. Kwe
kono wa Yesu mutima gwo eyo hango volukugwa kone muchacho yitangayo berede no mundukanga kono wa Yesu mutima gwo omutima mutima guluma dala omutima mutima guluma dala omutima Yesu yakufilila dala Abelu, oh, Doli Bakuta, neta, mame bien se non peo, gundi ne boli gule Mary, Yesu ya konkona, gula mokulire, omutima, mutima guluma, dala, omutima, mutima guluma, dala, omutima, Yesu mundukanga kono wa Yesu mutima gwo berede no mundukanga kono wa Yesu mutima gwo echupa ya wala joji wumuzanga kono wa muka mu mutima gwo